Oh, wow.
We all put the effort in for once.
Because we're all fabulous and have fans. What about it? Period.
Am I holding mine opposite to everyone?
No,
No,
we are all holding it the same way. Because we're fabulous. Hello, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay. Gay. I am drinking sparkling lemonade because it has caffeine in it and I need it. Period.
Guten Tag, everyone. I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am just drinking water because water hydration is important and water gives you clear skin. And, you know, gotta work on that. But if I was drinking anything, I would be drinking it in my cup mug. Period. Cup mug. Cup mug. Cup mug. And you could get your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses. Period.
And I'm Eris Envy, asking you the big question today. Haben Sie ein bisschen klein finden sich Pepsi Light? I am your punk rock hairy fairy from... I'm not going to explain that to you non-German speaking bitches. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
It's actually a song lyric from a very popular German song called Schreien by... I'm going to have to check her name. I think it's Paula Carolina. She is fabulous, and I think she should represent Germany in Eurovision. But anyway, I am Eris Envy, your punk rock hairy fairy from York. I just started my new job as a teaching assistant, and boy, am I fucking exhausted.
Work, diva.
And hi, everybody. It's me, Chicago drag artist and Queen of Ivy Park. Also, probably the sole proprietor of Mucus in the entire tri-state Chicago area. Everybody, hi. My eye patches under my eyes are not giving Pandora Nox realness. It is to hold down the puffiness from around my nasal canal because I'm sicky. That's the downside about the weather switch up in Chicago is it comes with a vengeance. So yeah, I'm just a little boogery, but it's okay. I'm still here. I'm still queer. I'm still fashionable. I'm still funny. I'm still me. I'm wearing a cute little piece from the Halls of Ivy collection today. Actually, I love it because it's this houndstooth print, and I have it in this green, and then I also have it in this like hunter green. So it like matches. There's just all this houndstooth. It's very cute. And today, my corner store, unfortunately, was out of my black and white tea, which I was very sad about. But they had this new thing that I'm trying that I like, and it's blueberry white tea.
Ooh.
Oh, I've had it. It's very good.
Yeah, it's very yummy and very refreshing. So, yay!
She might have boogers, but she's still sickening.
Oh, period.
And speaking of sickening, the premiere of Drag Race Germany.
Woo!
Sprechen Sie German, Studentagen.
It was good.
Good.
It was good.
I said this on Twitter, and I'm going to say it here. This is one of my absolute favorite premieres of a franchise ever.
Okay.
It was so good.
When So Logan, go ahead.
I was going to say, we waited 10 years for this, and it was well worth the wait.
When I tell you, my soul fucking needed this to be good. I was like, if the German franchise, the one European country I have any kind of in with language-wise, if this franchise isn't fucking spectacular, I will be disappointed. And bitch, this premiere was everything I fucking needed. Like, it felt like watching Drag Race UK season 1, episode 1 for the first time again, except like better. Because like rather than I didn't get all the references, but it just felt like such a good episode of TV. Like I loved.
Period.
It was sickening. It was sicker than me.
Not sicker than me.
I enjoyed this premiere very much. I was like, oh, okay. This was like, y'all know, well, most y'all may not know. I don't watch a lot of Drag Race. Well, I didn't before. The German fans would have no idea that I did not watch a lot of Drag Race before. So watching this premiere, this was one of my favorite premieres of the Drag Race that I watched. I think it rivals with Friends for me because I thought that was a great premiere as well. And I was like, oh, this is one of those premieres I just enjoy and I remember. So I think Germany and France would be my favorite premieres thus far.
Period. Well, we have a lot to talk about today in this episode because we've got entrance looks. We've got a mini challenge photo shoot. We've got a runway. We've got Sharon David, who we will talk about at length. Let's just dive in. Let's just do it.
Entrance looks. Yeah, we gotta, as Eve said, we gotta read them, we gotta check them, we gotta judge them, critique them.
There's
all
one
of that.
person I'm reading specifically. I'm looking at you, Tessa Testicle, and I'm kidding. Friend of the pod, Tessa Testicle. We love you.
Yes. Friend of the pod. We love.
So, first in the workroom, Yvonne Nightstand. Let's start with Lana today.
Why Lana today?
Because you never get to start.
I don't. Okay.
We can start with someone else.
No, we'll start. I'll start. Okay. I was a little underwhelmed by this interest look. Actually, I wasn't like blown away. I thought it was. I thought it was like, oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Maybe like other franchises. Maybe she just wanted a look that she could go from entrance look right into the mini challenge, and it won't be, too much or too little. I think it was just okay. It was a good look. It was safe. It's fine. It wasn't horrible. I don't hate it. I just was not overwhelmed by it. I was just like, yeah, okay, that's it.
I thought she looked nice. I actually really liked this. I don't think it's like amazing by any means, but when she walked in, I was like, oh, she looks cool. I think she's ready. Like, I really like the dress with the latex catsuit. Like, the only real nitpicky thing I have about this is it's not a full catsuit, I don't think. Because if you look, it looks like the top part is sewed into the dress and then it moves funny. I think she would have been way better off getting like a latex or PVC catsuit and then making this dress and the sleeves to go on top of it. Because then, if you're a smart cross-dresser like me, you end up with 2 detachable garments that you have for variable uses. Also, I thought the mullet was cunt. The mug is too. I'm really tired. The mug is too.
Miss Nightstand. I like the mug. I thought it was cute. I do think that there was a bit of a simplicity to it that gives me, and I don't mean this in a downside, but it gives me a little walk around the club look. Just a little walk around the club look. Just because that ends up being one of those things that after doing drag and doing a whole bunch of shows and stuff like that, a lot of times you'll get done and you'll want to get like out of all of the like real tight compression stuff, like the girdle and the tights and the gap and all this other kind of stuff. But you still want to go out and drag and get some drinks from the boys that want to give you free drinks and get some tips and stuff like that. So you throw on this like baby doll dress type top that's like cute at the top and then very flowy at the bottom, so that way everything can be kind of loose. I feel like that's just a little bit of what I was getting here. It was giving me a little like, this is after the show. Like, you performed in the bodysuit and then you needed something to walk around in after you got off the stage that wasn't just the same outfit you wore that was right on stage. So you threw something cute on over the top of it. That's kind of what it gave me. I also do think, and I take this to be like honest with a lot of the girls, is I do think that a lot of the girls sometimes want to have a look when they walk into the workroom of just something that's easy and accessible, because at the end of the day they're not fully being judged off of what they wear in the runway. I mean, in the entrance. I mean, it'd be different if that was factored into like their full overall score at like the end of the episode or anything. So sometimes I feel like some of these girls aren't overly worried about what they're wearing when they come in. They just want to wear something that's cute, comfortable, and shows a little bit of who they are. And I think that's what this is. I feel like that I saw a little bit more of Yvonne throughout the episode, more so than I did just with this look. And so it wasn't a bad look, but it did leave something to be desired.
I'm obsessed with you calling her Miss Nightstand. For the rest of the time she's on the show, I'm going to be referring to her as Frau Nightstand.
I can't.
Frau.
Frau. That means like
Nightstand.
Miss.
I'll go Ms. Nightstand.
This isn't going to be an Admiral Boom Boom moment, is it?
It might be. It might turn into that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it's not the most elaborate look in the world. But I liked it. I do agree with you, Eris. I wish the top part of the probably vinyl bodysuit, I wish that fit a little bit better. We just saw something similar on Drag Race Brazil where it just didn't fit well in that area. But I like the print. I like the dress itself. I would have loved if it was just exposed shoulder with the sleeve, with the dress, with the legging. I think that could have been cute. But overall, I'm not mad at this. So, scores.
I would give it a 70.
I'm going to give this a... I forgot how to say 70 in German, so I'm going to say 75.
I'm going to echo Lana's 70 and say 70 as well.
And I'm going to say 78.
I swear to God, it's sick.
Victoria Shakespears.
Victoria gave me what I expected of Victoria for coming in. She gave me Brazilian showgirl. She gave me carnival. She gave us the bodysuit. She gonna be naked. That's just Victoria. I've come to expect it. I've come to appreciate it. It's a cute bodysuit. It's very, sparkly. Headpiece is cute. I guess it's cute. It's Victoria.
Okay, I really like this. I think showgirl perfect, showgirl perfect and polished is never going to be a bad thing to me, especially for entering the Drag Race workroom. I think she probably already had this in her repertoire. She was like, great, I can pull this, I can put this on, and I will look fucking fantastic. And she did. She looks like a certain pop star in the face, and I'm really struggling to figure out who it is.
Britney Spears.
No, it's not Britney at all. I'm thinking Cascada, unless I'm crazy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I'll go there with you.
Britney Spears, Shakira. I see Shakira.
I also get a little bit of Shakira.
Everyone but the person she impersonates regularly.
Shakira.
Baby, will you look like this? Okay.
My turn. Pros and cons. Pros. I think Victoria was gorgeous. I think that her outfit looked very well put together. I think it was very cute and clean, and it was a very good walk in for a runway. I mean, for an entrance look. Con is I feel like that I'm a little bit on the opposite side of Eris. It's not that I don't have an issue with a showgirl look. I do feel like that sometimes showgirl looks end up coming down to glittered bodysuit, gloves, headpiece. And it's like she went and got like the most 3 stock burlesque showgirl looks things that she had and put them on for an outfit. It just doesn't seem original to me at all. And I guess that's the downside. Like, hell, even if it was something like if all the feathers that she had were black instead of them all being white, because she had like white feathers on the fan and white feathers in the headpiece, but then she has black feathers on the outfit. And I was like, even if it was something as simple as that, where it didn't look so stock Getty Images showgirl look, you know what I mean? That's my only issue. Because I feel like that she has a little bit more personality than that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Other than that, wasn't against it, but as well was a little underwhelmed.
Does she look gorgeous? Absolutely. Am I floored by this look? No. I think this kind of looks like if a Vegas showgirl decided to change and go around and do a tip around herself. Like, that's kind of what it feels like. And I don't mean that necessarily in a negative way. She looks good. It's just, again, it's not the most elaborate thing I've ever seen enter the workroom.
I agree. She took off her bigger headpiece for the smaller one that she can walk around easier in, and
she couldn't find her smaller black headpiece, so
her
she had
her bigger
black.
Her bigger black one was the one that she did the show in, and it was so heavy.
And then she switched.
It to the white one because it was like it's smaller and it's easier to walk around and tip, like you said, walk around for the tips.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah,
gorge. So scores.
Like I said, it's not a horrible look, so I will give it a 70 still. Yep, 70.
Auf Deutsche 69, 69.
Nice.
I will give it a 68.
And I, to make sure all of our scores are in a line together, I'm going to give it a 71. Why? Because I can.
You can. That is your choice.
Bitch. Lele fucking Cocoon.
She should be in prison.
I'm going to do my best to save my comments. Lana, you go right ahead.
Well, she came in with the Karen Bob and was bouncing her boobs around and was like, with that leopard print jacket. Oh, y'all. I was like, I get where you're coming from. I get it. You're Karen. I understand it. But I was triggered. I was very triggered by this look. I was like, oh no. I don't want to see Karen every day. I don't want to see Karen in the workroom because we see Karen every day in my regular life. So I was very triggered by this. It's the look. It was a choice. She chose this look. She went to Walmart and picked up some jeans and a t-shirt and a jacket and was like, let's do this. And went and got that Karen Bob wig from Sally's Beauty Supply Store, whatever they do and have in Germany. And, you know, it's your look. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say.
The fuckery of this bob. This bob is this looks like someone's dead Yorkshire Terrier on her head. I fucking love it. It is so hideous. This was such a stupid idea, and it was so funny. What I loved most about it is she came in the workroom in this Humpty Dumpty woman down at Lidl look. And then we see her later in these fucking like crazy high art club kid looks. The fucking switch up was crazy to me. But she had me laughing from the moment she walked in. And you can just tell she is completely off her nut. And I'm so excited for a season full of her. I will, if she gets eliminated at any point, I will take it personally.
Lele Cocoon, also known in the hood as Le Michelle.
Let Michelle cool girl. Le Michelle cool girl.
Everybody saw Karen. I saw Le Michelle. She wears kiss press-ons.
So cute.
She has 2.5 mixed children. One of them is named Lydale Jr. after their father.
Not Lydale.
The other one is named Bruce, but they call him Peanut. And the baby's name is Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
Shut the fuck up.
She does most of her grocery shopping at Walmart, and she is also a TikTok influencer.
Period.
About how you can clean and organize your home with Walmart and Dollar Tree items.
Yep.
That's what I saw with Miss Lele Michelle Cocoon.
Lele Michelle Cocoon, baby.
I like this. I like this Midwest Jimbo. This
Yep.
like if Jimbo lived in America.
Yep.
Situation.
Oh.
I thought that was funny. I also like the juxtaposition of this and your later look that we saw, which also gave me a reference to something else. And I was just like, okay, you're doing the references, girl. But I feel like that from what I'm noticing from Lele, I don't know if it is just from like how long she's been doing drag, but she seems a little bit ahead of her time given how like young she is. She seems to like have a good grasp on the kitschy nature of drag, that very like tongue in cheek with the joke. You know what I mean? She's not like, I'm just a new entertainer and I know I look pretty and I can take your pictures on Instagram. Like she's kind of fully immersed in the whole like performance art of her being like an entertainer, and I respect that. Yeah, work. Yeah, the look is cute. Yeah, the look is cute. Galleria Garibaldi from Cheetah Girls 1 and 2 called though, and she wants her coat back.
For sure.
I was gonna say Galeria. That was
Galleria,
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For context sake, Eve, would you spell that LE' Michelle?
It would be capital L, small E, and then capital M, Michelle, but there'd be an accent on the E.
Yeah.
Which
Michelle?
E?
The last E.
The last.
Michelle. Got it.
Like
okay,
Michelle, because she'll say is La Michelle Cocoon.
But everybody call her La Michelle.
La Michelle.
La Michelle. Thank you. I just wanted clarification. This stupid bitch.
She's so stupid.
Stupid bitch.
I was triggered.
I'm going to cover two of y'all real quick. She did what needed to be done. It is the stupidest entrance I've seen since Jimbo walking into Canada. Honestly.
Oh, Golden
it gives a little like Willow Pill's entrance look to them.
It just, you stupid bitch.
She said she went to the swap meet and got this whole outfit, but she was gonna make it work. She was gonna make it. She gave very much
designers.
Right. She gave me very Jersey, very like you know how the Jersey mothers, the Jersey women be like wearing the tackiest clothes, but the most stylish people.
Oh, I was just in Jersey recently. I know.
It's very the buckle.
Yes.
It's very affliction.
Oh.
We love the high-waisted belt and then the low-waisted belt. That is my favorite part of this entire thing. Truly and honestly.
It's very Christian Audiche.
It's not the Anastasia sunglasses are all. Not Anastasia. It's Anastasia or Anastasia. You know the girl
artist?
And I wonder if you know how it really feels.
Anastasia.
Anastasia. Yeah, I don't know her, but she got her sunglasses.
You stupid bitch, Lele Cocoon scores. I
mean, you can't not give this look something good because it's so dumb. It's right. I would give this an 88.
I was originally gonna give this an 80. However, based on the colorful description given by Eve, of Lay Michelle's wonderful garment here, I'm gonna have to like the cup filled. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give this a full cup.
I'm giving Lay Michelle a 90.
Duh.
We're 25 minutes in, and we've already got nicknames for Frau Nightstand and Lay Michelle.
Lay Michelle Cocoon. Oh God.
Oh, Lay Michelle.
Next up, the Only Naomi. Hey, girl.
This skinny heifer makes me
I
sick.
know.
This skinny heifer makes me sick, but I love her.
You stupid bitch, Naomi.
I love her.
I still love you.
I love her and I hate her at the same time because
Me too.
my God. Okay, this bodysuit is. I love this bodysuit. I love the jacket with the bodysuit. I love the inner lining that is something totally different from the outer lining of the body. Like all the bodysuit and the jacket is the same pattern, but then this lining on the inside just makes it pop. I'm living for this. I don't know why, but I am. I love the color. She looks good. It's not over the top crazy, but it's not too simple where I'm like bored by it. I kind of love this. Ugh, yeah.
La Grande Dame, meet der große Frau.
Don't do that to either of
What?
them.
I'm not saying they're the same. I'm just saying they are both like very tall, beautiful people. Bitch, she looks like a supervillain whose power is being skinny. Like I am obsessed.
Yeah.
And also hot out of drag. If you had told me what I think German drag queens look like before I'd watched Eris Germany, I probably would have described the Only Naomi to you.
Shut
love
up.
this hair.
They're the only one that's actually thought I was attractive, okay? I need one, Eris. God.
Girl, no, wait until we get to.
one.
There is someone else on this cast that I'm in love with, and we will get there. Their name might be underneath my name right now, but still.
You're gonna have to fight David for them.
I'm from Hair Hills. I will win. The outfit has interesting angular movements. It's flowing. I love her makeup. It's the fact she doesn't have eyebrows, because there's not many drag queens in the world who can pull off having no eyebrows. I can't pull off having no eyebrows. I think good examples. So from our local scene, I would say Bailey Bubbles is a good example. From the Drag Race sphere, I'm going to say the Only Naomi and Deja Sky are like good examples of drag queens with no eyebrows. If I honestly could have changed anything, and this is just me being me, I would have loved to see her with some super long, cunty nails for this outfit. But I get it. She probably wanted to have like smaller nails on so she could change out of this. And also, not everyone likes wearing really fucking long nails like I do. But yeah, this skinny whore, I'm obsessed with her.
I liked this look. I thought it was sickening. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fashionable. I do. I'm not against the look, and I'm not against Naomi, but I want to see what she can bring. And I was a little bit nervous given off of her runway and what she said about her not being like, I don't have a whole bunch of blah, blah, blah outfits and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, girl, you know what you were signing up for. So I like this. This is interesting. This is very strong for a entrance look. But I want to see what else Miss Naomi has.
This is actually one of my favorite entrance looks. I really enjoy this. I think it's the combination of fabrics that are similar enough, but different enough to keep interest. I love whatever's happening with all the belting and the harnessing all over the body. I'm really enjoying. I am not a bitch that's ever going to be able to look like her. So I do love the girls that can look like this and pull it off and look good. I love that there's a little bit of detailing at the wrist as well. It's not just a simple, clean end to the bodysuit. There's like a cuff situation, which I really enjoy. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I'm a big fan of this. So, scores.
Oh, Lana's not here.
That's correct.
She looks sexy, girl. I'm gonna give this a. What did I give Yvonne? I gave Yvonne a 75, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I like this more than that, so I'm gonna have to give this an 80.
All right.
I'll give it a 75.
I'm gonna give this a 96.
96.
I really enjoy it. I like it a lot. You
It's
better
like
work.
sexy else.
You better work, Miss the. Did we decide on the Only or Naomi Eve? I don't remember.
It's Miss Only. Thank
Miss
you.
Only, thank you, Lana.
So I'm going to be calling her Die Grosse Frau, which basically means the tall lady.
I do enjoy that. Lana, your score.
I will give this an 90.
Barbie Q, not to be confused with the host of the show.
Eris, I feel like you should go first.
Barbie.
I will yield my time to you.
Barbie Q, if you are watching, please look into the camera right now. Du bist sehr sexy, kannst es küssen dich. Bitte. Girl, that means kiss. Before Logan's looking like I just asked to do some very dirty things. I did not.
Definitely thought that's what you said. So, okay. Thank you for the
No.
clarification.
I'm not going to harass anyone. But Barbie Q, if you are free on weekends or after school hours, I am also free. I also get term time holidays as a teacher. But let's talk about the drag and stop talking about how much I think this person is very hot of drag. This is wonderful. This is beautiful. I love the details. I love the hair, the jewelry. I like that she has a necklace that's just kind of sitting on her chest. Honestly, I wish we could see the shoes because the shoes were really good as well. And I love that she walked in with a matraca.
Phoenix.
Oh,
sure.
Okay. Well, Miss Barbie Q. It's very funny because the way the production and stuff was set up with this episode, I thought they were just gonna let you sleep this whole one, girl. I really, really thought that. I was like, oh, y'all trying to get Barbie winners in it real early. I like her charisma and her personality. I feel like it just really shines. Even when she came in with the little noisemaker, and she was pretending like it was a gun, and she's like, I'm shooting the patriarchy. I'm shooting the da da da. I'm shooting the haters that couldn't stand me. I was like, you better. That's you better live your fucking life and live your truth. And something about her just gives off a light. I've just noticed that, even in this look, and just when she entered in, her runway, which I was obsessed with, I was I felt like she just, I don't know, she's one of those, I feel like she's one of those genuine people that, must be protected at all times kind of a person. So, I'm very team Barbie Q. Even though, for me, I would say the silhouette of the outfit that she had was a bit simplistic. I love the message behind it, and I love the color. And it wasn't just a corset dress kind of a situation. It did have a little bit of extraness to it, and it had a special meaning to you from it. So that, I feel like that made it that much more original and special too. More so than something that we could have seen before, that maybe in a different fabric or whatever. I also feel the same way with your runway look though too. I feel like that's something that you're going to be you want to teach us about who you are, and I live for that. So very team Barbie Q. Very team Barbie Q. She was mesquite today. That's a joke.
Come on, barbecue jokes. I really enjoyed her in this episode. I really enjoy her. Yes, she's very attractive out of drag. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter. Yeah, so the garment comes from a folklore dance called Morenada. from what Barbie said in the episode. I love that she is now our second Bolivian queen that's been on Drag Race internationally, and I love that we're just continuing to get this dissemination of Latin and South American culture throughout all of Drag Race, whether it's in those countries or externally. So I'm very, very excited for Barbie on this whole season. I did love in Confessional where she's like, "Hi, I'm Barbie Q. I'm however many years old I am, and I'm confused." I was like, yes, this is my kind of queen. I love this. I love this hair. I am getting a little tired of the, the glittery adorned wigs, but it was of that time period when they filmed, so I'm not going to be too upset about it. But no, I love this. I love Barbie.
Yeah, I was very happy when she walked out. Her outfit made me happy. It made me smile. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. And I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it in a dirty kind of way when I say this. She reminded me the whole outfit gave me she was a piñata, and I wanted to string her up and just bust it open and just give it all the candy that's inside, because it's just. And I know y'all dirty-minded people will take it a whole nother way, but I just mean it's a party. It was fun. It was great, and
Lana just confirmed that she has a crush on Barbie Q too.
Who am I going to have to fight?
You don't have to fight me for Barbie Q. I think Barbie Q is great, but I don't want Barbie Q that way. I just want it was a piñata, and that's what you do.
Bust it.
See, this is why I thought about saying it, taking it back, and I said it anyway. And now
it's okay, because I'm about 90% sure the sentence I said in German, I said the wrong way around. So I might have said "I can kiss you" rather than "Can I kiss you?"
Good.
But it's beautiful, Barbie. I loved it, and I liked her in this episode. That's it. Let's move on. My score will be a 93. Moving on.
I think the only thing I didn't like about the outfit was the gloves. I kind of wish the gloves looked more like the actual dress and skirt. I'm gonna give this is gonna sound so fucking harsh. I'm gonna give this a 98.
Barbie busted open. I'm gonna give you a 86.
See, I hate you.
I'm gonna give this a 90.
I hate you.
I'm not the one that want to bust it open. That's y'all.
Next up, Nikita Vegaz.
I'm gonna say this. I was not a fan of Miss Nikita Vegaz in this episode. I was not a fan of her this entire episode, and I'm not a fan of this outfit. I don't like it. You came with your name on your shirt and some fishnet stocking boots. And I'm not a fan. Don't like it. Moving on.
So I didn't like the entrance look. However, I will say the hair, which I'm gonna guess she did herself because she does hair, is lovely. The makeup is amazing. I think she really stressed herself out this episode, and it did reflect in her behavior. I'm hoping in the following episodes it sort of turns around. Just because I don't want to see her be in her head, because I think she's really fucking fierce. And if she can, I'm gonna sound like RuPaul, but if she can stop that inner sabotage shit and stop I don't know, we'll discuss it when we get to the mini trends, but if we can stop the inner sabotage shit, she could do really well. But yeah, the outfit, I didn't like the t-shirt dress. I'm sorry. She's got nicer clothes in her repertoire that we've seen from her Instagram. And I think she could have pulled something out better than this.
Okay, I'm going to do what everyone hates that I do, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm the queen of freaking references. She's making me think of somebody else. So let's go ahead and address the dingo in the room. She's very much giving me Bumper Love without the personality.
Oh.
That's not who I thought you were going to reference.
But it makes sense to me.
That's how I feel. I feel like she's giving me bump of love without the personality. I feel like that's the downside that I felt with Nikita this entire episode is I didn't really get to learn a lot about Nikita other than the fact that she's just been doing drag a while. And I mean, we felt the same thing out about who else came in and was old as hell? Kelly. But Kelly gave us personality, and she wasn't even old as hell. She's probably 5 years older than me. But yeah, like personality wise and stuff, I felt like she could have really shined, but everything that she brought was so club. It was so club. It wasn't drag race ready for me. It was still like, this is something you finna wear to the gig. Like, and the mug was gorgeous. The mug was always right. I always thought the mug was sickening, but like when it came down to it, it did feel like a lot of the outfits and looks that you brought were ended up being afterthoughts. I actually liked the concept and stuff of how you went with your mini challenge look, and I agree with the judges when they said that they liked that you were one of the other people that did like comedy in your mini challenge, and we kind of wish that you would have incorporated some more of that into your runway. I was like, yeah, I feel like that you give off that vibe that you're like this wackadoo goofy kind of person, you know what I mean? Like you were gonna be the slapstick kind of comedy person out of the group, but we didn't really see a lot of that at all this episode. So it was a bit of an underwhelming moment for me. But Nikita, you maybe you got let nerves get the best of you or something, hun. But yeah, just wanted a little bit more.
I went on a full journey with Nikita in this episode, and we'll talk more about it. I don't dislike this look because there's a level of branding, and I do understand. Again, this is not the most elaborate look in the world, and I don't think she looks bad by any means. I love the wig, the mug, like you said, Eve. The mug was always correct. It's not my absolute favorite look in the world, but I do still think Nikita looks very good. So, yeah, scores
50.
$45.
I'm gonna give Nikita a 65.
I am also going to give Nikita a 65.
Oh, I'm the harsh one this time.
Tessa Testicle!
Tessa Testicle.
Lana.
Tessa Testicle. It's a animal print dress.
But she's shitting and farting.
It's perfectly fine. I love Tessa Testicle. Look, friend of the pod. Love. I don't know if what I was expecting. I don't know if I wanted more, if I was expecting more, but she gave me a full length animal print dress. It fit well. It was cinched up at the waist. She gave me body, hips, and yep. It was fine. Perfectly fine.
You know what? I don't mind that it was just a leopard print dress. Not a leopard. Whatever kind of big cat she's wearing, possibly a tabby cat, whatever kind of cat she's wearing, I did not mind at all because the way she performed this outfit was so silly and so stupid. And I'm not normally one for I'm not normally one for like potty humor, but it just caught me off guard so much how she just like turned around and she had a whoopee cushion and she had her ass out and she farted. It was just so silly to me, and I loved the hair. I think the hair was sickening.
I forgot about the butt out dress. It's still, yeah.
She was like serving Nicki Minaj, getting her a Razzie for a Lifetime Award at like Toilet Humor. Is that too specific?
Yes.
Tessa Testicle. I liked your look. I liked the cheetah print and the aesthetic that you gave, Cinchways. It was cute. It was very simple yet effective. I won't say it was horrible. I like your personality. You look cute. You're professional. Yeah, I think you did good. I think you did a good job. I was not ridiculously thrown away, but I thought that it was a very good job.
I'm gonna agree for the most part. I think this was it's simple but effective is the exact way that I would describe it, Eve. I think you look good. I love the wig and the way the wig was patterned. I thought that was really cool. The dress is a maxi dress with a little bit of a train with your butt out. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I love this belt, the whole gag of it all. The mug looked good. You did the damn thing, girl. I love it. So, scores.
I will give this a 80. Don't hate it. It's just simple.
I'm gonna give this a 77.
I will give it a 77 as well.
I'm gonna give it a 90. I like it.
I'm sad David's not here with us today because I would have loved to see what his fucking mathematical equation scoring system would have given this. He would have been like, yes, I'm going to give this a 63.
Probably. Probably.
They'd be like, but that's a high number. I'm like, oh.
Right. From what I...
Metamorkid.
I like this. I thought it was an interesting take on the bodysuit. She did some interesting things with it. I love the gloves, the sleeves, arms, whatever. I like the proportions of it. And I said from the promo pic that Metamorkid is somebody you better watch for because she was eating the girlies up in the promos. And she showed me why she's still doing what she's doing. I enjoyed it.
I love this. So it's my color palette because I love like a checker print and a neon green. I love this hair. It's very like
Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, you know who I mean? That one. I love everything about it. It's so fucking interesting. And I know she probably designed this herself because she designs and makes a lot of what she wears. She'd mentioned she's a sewer, right, didn't she?
I think so.
Yeah. I love the makeup as well. One thing though, her confessional look, and I don't know if you will agree with this, Logan, but the bowl cut was giving a Kaya moment to me.
Love it.
Actually, no, I'm going to rewind it back. I don't know if you watched the German nationals last year for Eurovision. Or was it the year before? She reminds me of a music video for a German band called Electric Callboy, with the music video called We Got the Moves, I think it is. And for some reason, they're like at a barbecue and they all have like these really like straight line bowl cuts and they're doing this. I just need to see Metamorkid do that in the confessionals. I need to see her bowl cut move.
Metamorkid. I like this look. I do kind of wish there was a little bit more on the bottom because it does end up looking like just a bodysuit and gloves. But everything I see up on top, I do like the way that it looks. So I like the proportions. I like the edginess. It's interesting. It's very much one that had me being like, okay, she's coming in with a distinct point of view. She's like, I'm Metamorkid. This is how I do things. We're like, okay, work. So I liked it. I like that was sickening. I like the two-tone hair. I like the pops of the neon. It worked for me.
I really enjoyed it. We've seen a lot of these like racing, drag race inspired looks before, and I love that she added, the green to kind of break everything up. I like those three colors together. I think my issue actually comes with the shoe. I don't really love the velour stocking boot. The shoes. They're just not my Eris.
I have these exact shoes.
I know.
I've had them for 5 years.
I know.
They're my old faithfuls, and I'm willing to bet we got them from the same place.
Probably. And I don't like them on you.
You fucking bitch.
I don't like this style of shoe. But overall, I think they look great. I love it. They're someone that I'm like, I'm watching you.
It's an altes Mädchen Schuhen. I tried to say old maiden shoe, but I might have said something else.
I think you probably said something else.
Anyway.
Scores.
Yeah, I would have rather just boot me like a checker boot. That would have made it.
Yeah.
I would have made it like, But other than that, I thought it was great. I would give this a 92 because I liked it.
I'm going to give this an 88. I really like this.
I was planning on giving it a 90, so I'm going to split the difference and say 90. Okay. That was the score I was planning to give. Eve?
I will give Metamorkid a 87.
Lovely.
Work, Diva.
Oh, I wasn't far off.
Loreley Rivers.
Loreley Rivers. Loreley Rivers. It's like Old Man River.
Old Man River. Loreley River.
I don't have much to say about this other than I need to go reheat some pizza because I'm starving. So, I love the hair. Everything else was a little bit GCSE drama. BRB. But love you, Loreley. I think you're really fun and I enjoy your energy. I would be right back.
Love the hair. Don't know if I like the chest piece because how do you have a chest piece and your boobs look droopy in the chest piece? Like it looks very droopy boobish kind of. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I don't like the pants, but I love the hair in the mug.
Loreley, you were giving me like if somebody was going as like Megara for Halloween or something, or like a Hercules character for Halloween. And it was like in the Fashion Nova, like on the Fashion Nova website. Okay, you know how on the websites for the brands like Fashion Nova and the little sexy girly slinky brands, they're like, here's how you can put together 3 Fashion Nova outfits and make a Halloween costume. It's like they put together 3 separate Fashion Nova outfits and said, you can wear this and be a satyr. And you were like, okay, cool. Tell
me why I was gonna say, oh, they had to have people play the muses in the local production of Hercules, and they didn't have enough Black women to do it.
They needed somebody to play Pan. Because she was giving Pan. I say honestly, I think my biggest critique that I feel like pulled away so much from the look is the fact that the little corset attachment top thing that you had the cheapest looking strings on the back of it. They just were not giving for me at all. It looks like that the actual strings that were supposed to be on the back of that they got torn up or something and you need to replace them real quick, so you just used white shoestrings. Like it just didn't look well style-wise with the rest of the outfit. I kind of wish the strings were maybe like black or some kind of lace looking or something like that. That way it would have this whole sleek look all the way down, but because it had like those big tacky white strings on the back, it looked very costume. Like I bought this chest piece thing from a Spirit costume store, you know what I mean? And I wore it over a brown bodysuit and I'm giving you a concept. And I was kind of like, Even your little liar that you had, girl, was it looked like it only had 3 strings on it. I don't know what song you gonna play. You couldn't even play "The Boy Is a Liar" by Pink Panthers. You couldn't even do that. It was Greek to me. I guess
I think she might be able to play "Beautiful Liar."
What, with 3 strings?
That's 4 notes right there. No.
Ah, damn.
Yep,
Okay,
can't do it.
I tried, Lorelei. There are parts of this I really like. I'm gonna do a bit of Eve. Pros and cons. I love this hair hat wig. I loved the hair hat wig. I loved how big it was. It just framed her face so well. I really like her makeup. And I said it in the Instagram video. I'm going to say it again. I really like her makeup and the way she exaggerates her features. I really enjoy that. I like the bodysuit. I did have a few issues with, the boobage, similar to what Lana was saying. It's good. It's good. And that's all.
Maybe.
So.
I'm sorry, I just want to say one more quick thing. You know how I've said with a couple of people that have come in that your interest ends up being something that really shows off your personality, who you are, what sets you apart from people. This is not saying that this is showing her personality. The downside is just it makes her personality look dull. Like, because I feel like that when she even did her runway look, I feel like her runway look told us who she was, you know what I mean? And then also in retrospect to this, with Greek and theater and stuff, I'm like, okay, I see that you're that Greek girl, you're that theater girl, but it's not wow to me. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, that's who you are. Okay. Not like, ooh, you're da-da-da-da. It's like, oh, you're da-da-da. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Scores.
yes, yeah. I was bored with this, and I didn't like it that much, so I'm going to give it a 45.
I'm going to give this a 60. I think there are really good elements of it. I didn't really elaborate on. I think if she invests more time in learning how to make these like corset pieces like she has up here, I think she could end up with some really fucking stunning pieces. But yeah, she's really hot. I'm gonna give it a 60. I mean, in drag Logan. We will not address that voice crack.
I'll give her a 69.
Nice.
Because it's not horrible. It's not horrible, and she's not horrible. It's just she's here.
Sure. I'm gonna give Lorelei a 75.
Shit.
Woman.
Go home.
Everybody walk out the door.
Everybody go home. I'm
Bye.
going home, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
This was so great having me as a part of the Cup podcast. Tomorrow I will be replaced by Pandora Nox because she rules all.
All. This is how you walk in the workroom and like just let the world know this is how I will be coming the rest of the season. Y'all don't have a chance. You hoes can pack it up and get on up out of here because baby, she turned that corner. I was like, yes, mama. yes, mom. This is beautiful. This looks like, and everybody was like, oh, she looked like she got money. Like she looked like she got a budget. Like she came in here with no budget. Like whatever she wants, she get it. And it's going to look fabulous. This right here is fabulous from head to toe. Fabulous.
God, they got living wages in Austria.
She looked like she ain't got no living wage. Her mama or her daddy or her great grandfather own all of Austria, and she get to reap the benefits of all the monies in Austria because her outfits looks rich.
Either that girl, or they're paying her a lot of money to be a DJ, choreographer, drag queen, and superwoman.
And contortionist.
And contortionist. She looks rich.
What I love about these pieces, it's giving me like very much high elf baddie. I'm here to slay you orc bitches down. I'm willing to bet this is like PVC film, not PVC film, EVA film. There we go.
Yeah.
And I know how difficult that shit is to work with because I have tried to make armor sets like this before. I have ended up looking like a Roblox character with scoliosis. It's not been good. Yeah, I love the hair as well. One thing that gets me is this makeup. It is so crazy how, like, in her confessional, she has quite small eyes. I mean, she's so fucking beautiful, like, seriously, like, in and out of drag. But she paints her eyes in a way I've not seen before. And there's something, like, really fucking, like, haunting is the word I would use. There's something haunting about it. Like, it is... And the juxtaposition of this makeup to her runway makeup, crazy. What do you say to this? I think the only thing I would have loved even like more armor pieces. Like if we had some, I don't know what the word is. Shit, I started learning German and I started forgetting words in English. If there was more armor pieces like up the thigh, or like it was more like a full suit, just a little bit more, I would have loved it even more. But I don't mind the armor bikini because it does give like every slutty World of Warcraft character ever. But yeah, fierce mama.
So a couple of things. One, shout out to Pandora. Also coming in with a signature orange hair. Making me think of my friend. If you're watching this as well, Pandora is a friend that we both share. One and only Faye Ludes. I love Faye. So shout out to Faye Ludes in the house.
We love Faye Ludes.
World drag impresario and vegan ginger they them of dreams and nightmares. We love her to death. I do love the way that this outfit is constructed because it does give me very cosplay mixed with like Dungeons and Dragons. I'm seeing a good amount of that kind of reference with it, with the armor, and the like this like duochrome gold to like blue to pink shift. I don't know if that's fabric or if that was just like a paint that you put on the top of everything, but that just added to the entire thing of it looking more like that, like holographic gold kind of look as opposed to, you know what I mean? I thought that looked sickening. Your eyes, of course, is the main thing that everybody is going to harp on, I feel like, because I feel like your eye makeup is absolutely sickening. And I feel like that I live for what you did with it because from what I noticed in the confessionals too, you're somebody that has very hooded eyes. So it's almost like you played that up on purpose. And I feel like that a lot of people, when they have more hooded lids, try to cheat that and make their eye look larger, but I feel like that you almost did the opposite and you made your eye look smaller, like you're giving this like stare, like this cunty stare whenever you're looking, and then you just went really, really heavy with like your black and your lashes and stuff, and so that gave you all this free space up here to play around with like how big you want your crease to be and all those kind of things, because like even when it comes to how your makeup looked on the runway, it presented so perfectly well from backstage. Like when you literally walked out and they hadn't zoomed in on you or anything, it gave illusion drag. It was very much like you're painted for the back row, a la Trixie Mattel. Very like all your lines are very hard and stuff like that if you're right up front looking at you, but from the back, it gives the illusion that you want for it to give. And I feel like that, because I even found myself like trying to zoom in and stare at your eyes to see how they look and how they're done. And I'm like, oh no, this is like This is one where all her details are so exaggerated up close that it's what you have to see from far back to get the whole concept. And it always pays off. It doesn't look weird. It doesn't look like, who is that one girl? Oh, girl, I think she on here. Nikita. Was she the one who I was talking about in the Instagram videos that said that she looked like she had that Michael Jackson Remember the Time bodysuit on, and she had her eyes look really low. Was it her?
Yeah, that was Nikita.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Nikita was trying to do this, but this was the more effective payoff of how she was doing it. Almost that more cartoony, art poppy style makeup with your eyes. But with her, it made her look like it makes Pandora look great. It made Nikita look like, I don't know if you've all seen or if anyone gets this reference, or if anyone has seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But it was very much giving me like, I killed your brother, and when I killed him, I looked just like this. Like with those big cartoon, like those cartoon-looking eyes, with just a whole bunch of white and like no iris. And I was like,
Here I was thinking you were going to say she looked like Jessica Rabbit.
No, she looked like Jessica. She like Roger. She like Roger's cousin, Ralph. She looked like Ralph Rabbit. Not Jessica, Ralph Rabbit. This is everything to me. Also, too, bitch, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there because I feel like this might be something someone comments on, but can I get some kind of a paint me or some makeup swap or something between you and Gottmik, please? I'm just going to ask because the face shapes are giving, the skin tones are giving, the makeup style I feel like the strength that you both have individually in makeup is amazing. I would love to see both of you guys play around online and like do each other's makeup on each other or something. I feel like that it would give very I don't know, very editorial tease.
I just have one thing to say.
Connie Pumpkin?
She did what needed to be done.
She did.
Scores.
Full. Please, overflowing.
Oh, fuck it. I won't be a miser. I'm going to give this a full.
Duh.
Duh. And last up, Kelly Heelton.
We're still.
Wait, we're still on entrance looks. An hour in
Yeah,
on
I
entrance
know.
looks. This is insane. But I love this. This was cute. I'm not gonna waste too much time. It's cute.
Miss Kelly, baby.
Cute.
I keep having a really weird moment with Kelly because Kelly in drag looks like a queen I worked with once, and I cannot remember her fucking name for the life of me because I might have gone blackout drunk that night. And it is sitting on my mind and it is really fucking bugging me. And I'm going to figure out eventually, like, she looks nothing like her. But, bitch, she looked good. I love that she had her entire pussy, no pun intended, out. I love the fringe. She looked really... She could, honestly... Cat pride. Mother of all fairies.
It's funny because Kelly said, "Oh, I'm not the only old bitch here," because she was talking about her and Nikita are the two oldest girls out of there. But then also at the same time, I looked at it and Kelly's like 41. I was like, "Girl, you're not old." And I was like, "Not to mention the
For
fact
this
I'm
cast,
30.
unfortunately, she is.
I'm like, I'm 36, bitch. What does that make me feel like? Jesus." I was like, "You're not old." Not to mention the fact too, Kelly is. Shout out to the creator, the originator, or whoever made amazing melanated chocolate black people like myself and Lana and Kelly. But she don't look her age.
No, she
at all.
don't.
Like, I literally in drag, you couldn't have told me that she was 40-something. I was like, she's late 20s. Totally fine. But something makes me feel like that, the way that I have an affinity with Drag Race and production and tropes and certain patterns that follow across seasons. So a lot of times you'll end up getting focal characters in the cast You'll get your veteran person. You'll get your new upstart ingenue. You'll get your, your club kid. You'll get your pageant girl. You'll get your, those kind of archetypes of drag. And sometimes when on seasons when you end up having too many people of that same archetype, you always wonder, okay, which one's going to fall off? Like, okay, you got 3 veterans. I know you're going to only end up with about 1 by the end of the season. Which one is it going to actually be? And when I found out that Kelly and Nikita were the 2 oldest ones there, I was like, oh, Kelly's staying there. I was like, if they're getting rid of an older girl first, it's going to be Nikita. It's not going to be Kelly. Kelly gives me the veteran girl of this season that's going to have all her stuff clean. It might not be the most amazing and might not be the most impressive to certain people or whatever, but it will always come across clean. It will always come across polished. She gives me very established Chad Michaels vibes. Just like when she came in, people were like, okay, Kelly's here. Of course Kelly's here. The competition is on. You know what I mean? She knows what she's doing. She's been doing it for a while. She's probably booked half these girls. You know what I mean? So I love the aesthetic of what Kelly is giving. And side note as well, I thought that Kelly out of drag looked like the guy from the What in the Butt video.
Girl. I was gonna just jump in very quickly. Sorry, Logan, to interrupt, and say I get exactly what you mean by saying she's the Chad Michaels type, because she's that experienced veteran, but she's not like a pageant girl. Like, she's more showgirl, but more versatile, you know what I mean? Because Chad Michaels can do anything. And I think we're going to see that from Kelly. Kelly feels like she can do anything.
Yeah. She doesn't give me like, oh, I've been doing pageants my whole life, but she's been like, I've been doing drag my whole life. I know how it's supposed to look. I know how my angles hit. I know what pictures make me look good and what pictures make me look goofy. You know what I mean? She knows what to present when she gets on stage. Even when it came to her presentation for her runway, I got that immediately. From the look down to the way that she served it, I said, yeah, she knows what to do on runways. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. And she's probably a very good lip syncer too. So I'm like, she'll be fine. She'll be just fine.
She looks good. I think this is cute. When she came in and started twirling and going, car wash, that sent me. That was where I was like, nope. This is my. There's several queens on this season that I'm like, no, this is my girl. I think it might be Kelly for me. I really, really enjoy what she gave in this episode. We will talk at length about her runway, because I know someone here is going to have a lot to say about her runway. I wonder who.
Eris.
And I will as well. But love Kelly. Truly, I agree with you. Eve. Of the 2, the older queens on the cast, I feel like if one is not going to stack up to the other one in certain ways, it's going to be Nikita, and Kelly is going to give that professional, that established girl kind of energy, and I'm very excited for it. So, scores for Kelly.
I'm giving this an 89 because I think she looks adorable.
As American Poet Laureate, musician and DJ, RuPaul once famously said, meow. I'm going to give this an A.
Look at his face. Miss Kelly, baby, I'm gonna give you a cute 92.
It looks like there are about 90,000 strands of fringe on her bodysuit. Therefore, I'm going to give her a 90.
Period.
P.
Her.
We got through entrance looks just now. Yay.
God.
Just entrance looks, y'all. So what we're going to do
good thing there's no main challenge. Shit.
I mean, it's just a
It's
runway.
just a runway.
So what we going to do is we're going to keep it cute, keep it moving, keep it, because we got, guess what? We got other recordings to do today. So we're going to keep it moving and keep it cute.
So, at this point, we get Barbie Breakout walking into the workroom. I just have to say, I love her. I want to protect her. When she started crying.
Yes. I was like, oh.
And okay, I get it. Go ahead, Eve.
I have a quick question. I don't know if it was because I was a little bit stoned when I was watching the episode. I don't know if it was because the subtitles were hiding it or whatever. I don't know if it's because Virgo is out of retrograde. I mean, Venus is out of retrograde, and I'm getting a little bit horny right now. But was Barbie printing when she was walking down the stairs, or was that just me?
I saw.
Okay, I was like, if anybody saw it, I know Logan would have.
I saw.
That's why I was like,
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, Jesus. And there was like 1 or 2 times when she would turn to the side and you would just see it. And I was like, oh, Barbie. And then like halfway through
Hiya, Barbie.
entrance, it like disappeared. And I was like, they said, girl, adjust yourself. What's happening? She was very excited for the
premiere.
That's all I gotta say.
Well, and she was there with her boyfriend. I still have not gotten confirmation on whether they are actually dating or whether the subtitles were just stupid.
Yeah,
right.
Because what I will say is, this is something I've just kind of found with German, and if any German speakers can clarify for us, it would be really appreciated. So there's like a masculine form for the word friend, and there's like a feminine word for the form for the word friend, and it seems how depending on how you use it, it can just mean a male friend or a female friend, but it could also mean like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And because they're not paying an actual German person at Wow Presents to translate this, they probably just like did auto translate and fixed it from there. Because there were moments where they like there were words that weren't quite right in the subtitles. But from my limited knowledge of German, just to clarify, everyone, I only speak A2 level German. Yeah, it was. I don't think they are dating. I think it might have just been a mistranslation. But if they are, that'd be really cute. I feel like if they were dating, we would probably have had some kind of confirmation. I would have been
like, they would have kissed or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And not like a friend kiss, like, hey, girl, I'm seeing you at the club while I'm walking through to go get a drink kiss. Like, no, we'll just do a little cute little smooch or something. Mm-hmm. But I think at the same time, too, there are a lot of people with their partners and their significant others where their relationship is they're together and they're dating and everything, but they very much treat each other like they're best friends. You know what I mean? And I did get that air from them that they were very buddy with each other. So it could be possibly how their relationship dynamic is.
Yeah. Either way it goes, they're cute. If they are dating, they're cute together. Them. If they're not, they're a good co-host relationship happening with them because I think they have a good banter between them and they bounced off each other really well. And it wasn't cringy and it wasn't like forced. So it was like, okay, I can see the dynamic. I can see the cuteness, the banter, their good chemistry. So whether they're dating or not, they have a good working relationship. And that's perfect for like me watching the show.
I feel like that matters more than anything else.
Yeah, because it's like I can enjoy watching them together and it doesn't feel like two forces colliding. It's just two people actually vibing. And so I kind of enjoy that. And I did enjoy Barbie, just like how emotional she was when she was just talking about the queen. Like this is their first season. They've been waiting for a long time to do this.
Well, and you might not be aware, Lana. They announced Drag Race Germany 10 years ago.
Wow!
Like I'm not exaggerating. 10 years ago. Wow. And the fact that it's finally happening.
Wow.
And there was a little bit of tea as well. Apparently Kelly was cast on the original version of Drag Race Germany 10 years ago. So the fact that she's now finally here
that's awesome.
Is like
that's incredible.
There was a lot of tea from a viewing party Kelly did for the premiere, and she was like, yeah, I thought it was a joke when they cast me. I was like, okay, well, I already did this once. Y'all aren't going to do it for real. And then she was like, oh, no, y'all are for real. Okay.
I love that. I love the fact that also goes to show how good of a queen Kelly is, that the longevity that she has, like 10 years later, she was cast as original, didn't happen for whatever reason, it didn't happen. 10 years later, they like, you are still good enough to be cast. And she's coming in showing like, oh yeah, I still got it. I'm still here, even though I thought it was a joke. But now we go see who's laughing when I come in here with this car wash kitty cat on, and I start spinning, and y'all gonna be like loving me. So yeah, I think it's kind of. I love that.
I also falling into the Drag Race machine and its tropes. I think that also is a testament to Drag Race and its production, because Drag Race will sometimes do that. There have been so many girls from RuPaul's Drag Race on American seasons who've auditioned for multiple seasons before they finally got on their season. But at the end of the day, production hasn't forgotten about them or anything. It's always been like, we want to make sure we have the right spot to put you in, because we know you're going to be someone's going to be sticky. We know you're going to shine. We know you're somebody that we want on the cast. And so I feel like they easily could have felt that way about Kelly 10 years ago. It's been like, that's why they made sure that they had her on it for this season, because it was almost like a we owe you kind of a thing, you know? Because I can promise you half of, if not 3/4 of those other girls that probably were cast with Kelly 10 years ago didn't get asked back. You know what I mean? And so I can easily see that as Drag Race being like, okay, we got to do right by these German entertainers that we thought were sickening from the beginning and we didn't get a chance to get in. So now we can get them in. Let's get them in, kind of a thing, you know? So I'm happy for that. And it also gives me, it also makes me happy and gives me more promise for how well her trajectory is going to be. Because if the production does take a shine to you to the point where they actively want you to be in the show, you're going to do well on the show. So I'm very, very happy for Kelly.
Love that. So then we jump into the mini challenge.
Not yet.
But
first, we're almost there, I promise. Because we get a cute little video message from Sharon David.
Oh,
cute, lovely, whatever. Boom, she's there. And I was like, work, diva.
Looking like Marilyn Monroe, Madonna.
When Barbie was like, this is high drag, y'all take notes. I was like, she's not wrong.
I was like, to me, she gives me, I want to try to say this and not be rude, but this is me being honest, and this is the cup, and we are honest. She gives me
Girl, you're gonna say Germany gays earlier.
It's the fact that Lana drunk out of her cup, and it looks like that she put it over to the side. And when she did, Logan picked his up and drank. It looks like you guys are just swapping the same cup.
Maybe we are.
No. She gave me White Rapper.
Oh.
She gave me Brooke Candy. She gave me Icky Azalea. She gave. That's like what else funny when you were saying I should look like Marilyn Monroe when she came into work. I was like, she looked like Brooke Candy. Down. She looks like a hot Cheeto. She looked like she was a hot Cheeto girl in school. Like she very much had the Vanjie nails and the Cookie Monster pajamas and the hot Cheetos and walked the mile. Like she very much gave me that. That's what they were. I was like, oh, the song is her song and it's a rap. And I said,
you know what, girl?
Rapping in German.
She went to the vocational school. She did hair and beauty, and she went there every day in her Juicy Couture tracksuit.
Hello, she is Aveda's tried and true.
But she looked good. She looked cute doing it, though.
I would say she looked cute, and I will say that I lived for the empathy that she had for the girls. You know what I mean? She very much did give off one of those entertainers that loves drag, not loves drag race, but loves drag and loves that queer expression and how that makes you feel and how that is. I feel like that happens a lot with other artists when it comes to drag entertainers. A lot of us will see each other on that same level as, I don't see you as a queer entertainer and I'm just an entertainer, this and the other. We're all artists on the same artistic level, and we're all still doing something that's our passion and it's our drive and it shows our heart and where we came from. And so I liked her as a guest judge. But yeah, there was one thing that kept giving me, I was like, oh, she's giving me Iggy. She's giving me Iggy Iggs.
Yeah, I could see that. But I loved her. I thought she was great. And so now, can we talk about the mini challenge?
Yes, Lana.
Yes,
thank you.
About the mini challenge.
Thank you. Because they were doing fairy tale princesses and fairy tales, and everybody was going to become a princess. And they let them change clothes, which was something like we talked about earlier that we didn't think they would do, or they don't usually do on Drag Race. You come in with your entrance look, and then you go into the photo shoot, and you have to take your picture in that entrance look. But
we're finna spray you with a hose and stuff.
Right, and all of your entrance glory. But no, they gave them a time to change their clothes to become princesses, and they gave them this very cute castle backdrop and everything. And they put them on a turntable and put snow in their face and made them slip and fall all over the place. And guess what? I loved every moment of it. It was cute.
So we're gonna look at the mini challenge photos. We are going to do it very quickly. Just thumbs. I don't need comments. I don't need nothing. A thumb up, to the side, somewhere in between, or down.
Eyes to the front, class. Mr. Logan is speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Ding go. Nikita Vegaz.
I'm sorry, I love this slutty Bavarian milf. I did a fucking comment.
It's fine. Loreley.
They did her
It's
day
like-
with this fucking photo. I'm sorry. This is her doing a shit in the
No
test.
comments. Didn't Mr. Logan say at the beginning of the class, no comments?
If a drag queen shits in the woods, Eris will make a sound.
Pandora. Obviously. Hello. Hello.
Bitch, please. That was everything.
Kelly.
I have big ass phone.
No comment.
Let's get it.
You said no comment.
Okay.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the Only Naomi.
No.
No.
That's Yvonne.
I'm gonna comment.
That looks like
That's
Naomi. Or,
Yvonne.
Yeah.
My bad,
That's what I'm
Naomi.
saying. I'm gonna comment.
That's fine.
Why are these baby queens sitting up here wearing these 35-year-old mixed white lady haircut styles? I'm so tired of y'all with these little props, kitty cats and bobs and shit.
yeah.
Y'all look weird. Your name is not Rachel.
Oh,
Eshell. There would be Eshell in this case.
Oh, sheesh.
Metamorkid.
Oh.
More ass. That's all I remembered from this.
That is horrible.
Oh,
This
that's
is Naomi.
Yeah.
That was horrible too.
Very mid.
And for her to
I
be the
liked
model,
it.
bitch, no.
This was a bad photo, but she was posing well.
She was posing so weird.
Girl, Miss Tessa, this is a thumbs down, but it's because they
did
played
you dirty.
you. They played in your face.
They
Because
did play her
They
face.
gave you.
That's a bad picture.
This is America's Next Top Model. This is your worst shot.
Right. That's a bad picture.
No, it's nothing against you, Tessa.
That's it's the bad picture.
Victoria, who is the only one who didn't actually. I pulled this. This wasn't a photo. They didn't give her They didn't give her an actual photo, but it's still a thumbs up.
Shady bitches.
Literally.
Mid.
I'm just judging the looks, by the way. I don't care how ugly the photo
Is
is.
that Lele?
I think it might be Lele Cocoon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Look, Le Michelle.
Lay Michelle. Barbie was my absolute favorite because when she was turning, she was like, ah!
That was so sick. Barbie was
So good.
I loved it.
I could be wrong, so like German folks, please correct me on my geography. I think she's the only one from like the Bavaria region.
From Bavaria, yeah.
Bavaria, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why she
I
said that's why
believe
her
so.
costume was very much ode to her country and where she was from, and she wanted to represent. And she
Three
was like,
little mates from school are we?
and she was like, "This castle looks just like my home." Bam! that was the funniest thing to me was
And very much her look very much gave me Charlie's Angels, the first one when they all went and they had to get like all the different thumbprints and fingerprints and stuff, and they showed us in the dude's house and they were all in the Dutch maid looks. They're like,
Yes.
yes.
yeah. I live for that.
So for the Maxi Challenge, wear your signature drag.
There
That's
it
it.
is.
That's the challenge.
That's the challenge.
And we get one little moment in the workroom, which is all of our South American, originally from South America queens
Yeah.
So that's
Barbie,
Kelly, that's
Kelly.
Victoria, and that's Barbie. Are all talking about being queer in South America, and specifically Barbie kind of having a bit of a hard time, and really, really hitting home again that like I'm here to show my culture. I'm here to show that like in like our culture, it's a lot of like the machismo, and you're part of a unit and you're not an individual. And here in Germany, I can be an individual, and that's a really different thing for me. But I'm loving having that expression. So
Yeah.
I love Barbie. Come on, Barbie, let's go.
Protect Barbie at all
At all
motherfucking
costs.
costs.
Both
At
of
all
them.
costs.
Both of them.
Protect Barbie.
both Barbies.
Barbie and Victoria.
Yeah.
Oh no, I meant Barbie and Barbie Breakout.
Oh.
But
Well,
Victoria as well.
Because I feel like they tried my baby Victoria this episode.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all kind of tried her.
Yeah, she yeah. I thought Victoria was so like, I know in our chat that y'all had said Barbie was your heart pick in like the moon for David. I think for me it's Victoria, and that's why I said Victoria, because she was so sweet, so innocent, like, and so much like I just wanted to grab her up and hug her and be like, "Leave Victoria alone!" Like I just wanted to like cover
very
her.
fitting reference, Lana.
Exactly. I did it for a reason. I thought about that one. It was just like I just wanted to hold her and just like leave her alone and like shun her away from all negativity. She was so sweet, and then even in her confessionals made me just want to. Oh, I was feeling like my heart was breaking, especially later on. But we'll talk about it. But yeah, I love that moment in the workroom with them. It was so endearing, and I was like, yay. And then of course after the hugs, the crying and the hugs, and it's like my favorite part. I was like,
wait. One thing I want to bring up real quick. Can we mention how before the competition had even fully started, the runway had even started, Nikita's insecurities had started rearing their
because we didn't say who won the mini challenge. Who won the mini challenge was Pandora, by the way.
I have it.
Oh, you have it? Oh, okay.
I have it. It's there. Pandora.
She won the mini challenge, yay. And Nikita
was not happy about this and thought that Pandora cut corners because she was lying down when she did part of her posing when it came to her being on the spinning contraption or whatever. So she felt like that she kind of got away with that. It was funny to me when she said, I have a little bit of an issue with you being the winner. And Pandora said, that's rich coming from you being the loser. I was like, clear her.
Drag her. Like, you're not coming
to her.
Finish her. Like,
sipping on that true tea, hunty.
I'm like, it for me was an insecurity thing, because at the same time, Nikita could have got on the floor and did the exact same shit. There was no rules. There were no instructions that said you need to be standing on this the entire time. Then we would have been like, okay, you were the only one who didn't stand up. We get it. But
we had other girls on the floor.
The
and other girls was on the floor. They finished poses was on the floor. So how are you mad at her for winning when her pose was on the floor when other girls actually posed on the floor?
Also, presumably, she didn't pick the photo.
No, she did not.
Also, to be completely honest with you, let's put Nikita's picture up against Pandora's. She would have beat her no way.
No kind of way.
Let's put Nikita's entire role against Pandora's, and it probably doesn't. No shade. Like,
no,
everything Nikita wore this whole episode don't beat Pandora's entrance look. So it's
not the entrance look. You're not winning nothing else.
Stop. It was one of those where I was kind of like, "Ooh, why are you?" It was very much giving It was very much giving Nikita, being someone that is more established and more tenured in the scene, is probably used to being head honcho when it comes to certain things, and just having that level of respect from other entertainers of like, I'm the shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the girl that you all look to, kind of a situation. But of course, that's what happens sometimes when you get into these competition settings. You got these new upstarts. You've got people you've never met before. You've got people that do different tricks and talents that you've never been able to do before. And then you start questioning yourself, being like, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, what's going on? Like, very Brita filter system. Like, very like, I was the big dog back in, my city, da 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 da. Now I'm here in front of all these other girls, and the playing field is really leveled the fuck out, and now I'm kind of shaking in my boots a little bit. And I felt like that was a lot of what we got from Nikita this episode.
Don't come for my sis, y'all. Y'all don't come for my sis, because baby, she is eating this competition up. I just want them to know. She showed you from the door when she walked in who she was, and Nikita felt very, very, very insecure about how. And I'm like, if you already insecure from this, we got a long competition to go. Yeah. And if you make it past this, you gonna have to deal with all this. So get your insecurities in check.
Yeah, and I think she's another one of those entertainers. This happens a lot where girls will come there and go, I've already got all this figured out. I know how I'm gonna do. I know how this system works. I'm just gonna eat it, blah blah blah. And you get there in the first episode.
You get
it flips, and then you're like, "Crap! I thought I had all this figured out. I thought I was going to do this and actually serve." Like even when it came to
Sasha Bell cracked the code,
right? Like even when it came down to after the runway, when she was in the back, she was talking as if she had already when she did her runway and stuff. She was like, "Well, I know I'm one of the top ones because I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I know that's what they're looking for." And then when they highlighted all different stuff from other people, she was like, well, how am I in the bottom? I did this better than them and this better than them. And I'm like, there is no rhyme or reason as to what production is looking for when it comes to entertainers. You know what I mean? There is no code that you can really crack and be like, I know the three things that, other than making RuPaul laugh, there's really no rhyme or reason as to who they'll like and who they won't like. So sometimes you got to come in very open-minded and be like, I'm just going to do the best that I can, and don't come in thinking I'm just going to go along this framework and then it's going to work for me, and then that's just it.
Yep.
Y'all. Let's talk about the runway. Run.
Race to the runway.
But first, Barbie Breakout.
Love you to death. But I will say this. This is the most underwhelming premiere look I have ever seen from a Drag Race host on any season or any franchise ever.
I don't remember what Pow wore.
This looks like something that one of the girls in the competition would have wore. This don't look like something the host should be wearing. Especially for the premiere. I was like, this is plain, girl. Without the gloves, it's real plain.
I liked it the more that I looked at it. But
I like it from the waist up.
Sure.
Right. The waist up I like. The bottom part of it just looks kind of, that's where it gives me it looks like just a regular Drag Race outfit. I'm like, I kind of wish it was just that green all the way down.
It looks like she has her RuPaul sweatpants on underneath this, and she's about to take that skirt off, and she's just going to wear her RuPaul sweatpants for the rest of the episode.
It does look like that. It does look like the bottom half tears off.
That's no shame, girl. I love you, but
Comfy couture.
Very that. So we had Sharon David as our guest judge, and also our third member of the jury, Diane Brill, who maybe can speak German. Maybe. I love her, but maybe she can speak German.
What's the name of the girl? It's not Jennifer Coolidge, because I always get her confused. It's not Jennifer Coolidge, but it was the one that was in the Sex and the City episode that was the fun girl that fell out the window.
Jennifer Tilly?
No. She was in Third Rock from the Sun.
No.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't think
you know who I'm talking about?
I do know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name, though.
That's what she reminds. It's like Kristen something, isn't it?
That's
what she reminded me of.
I can't remember.
Because I think she was also a guest judge on Drag Race on she was. She was a guest judge on Drag Race on the early season. I remember that. But that's what she gave me. She gave me that just I don't know. She looked like she was just a walking personality. You know what I mean? She just seemed like somebody who would say something, she'd walk by and say something about my outfit or something, and I would actually pay attention. I'd be like, oh, wait a minute. You seem kind of cool. Okay, you don't like this? I'm going to take this off. She seemed cool. She seemed cool as shit. I can't remember her name. It's Kristen something. Kristen Johnson, I think it is.
I'm going to Google that.
Kristen
even
Johnston.
even
It's
though-
Kristen Johnston. It is Kristen
It's
Johnston.
Kristen Johnston. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
That's who she reminded me of.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep it moving, keep it cute, because we're getting tired.
Ta-da.
Let's move. The category is signature drug. And up first, it is Metamorkid.
Cleared.
Hey,
Cleared.
Slay.
What's 4 plus 4?
at least 7.
8.
8.
8 down.
I even lived so much more for the fact of her being like, it's a Venus flytrap reference. And then I just started paying more attention to it. And I said, yes, the fuck it is. I was like, yeah, this was
It's
everything.
the bunny hips for me. Like the hips to the waist ratio is so good, and it's tailored to fucking Bill.
When she dropped the tail and I was dragging it behind her, I was like, oh.
She gave the two most accurate references for her look, which was Venus flytrap and Mugler. I was like, yes. I see those very, very, very. I see a lot of Mugler with the silhouette and that hard nipped in waist and the hair, because it also gives me something very much that I could probably see like Detox or somebody wearing, and she's a Mugler girl. But yeah, I loved it. I really, really did love it. I didn't even mind I thought I was gonna mind the black bodysuit kind of part that's underneath it, but I didn't that bad. It let the rest of it shine.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been on the top. I'll say it. I said it.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
I said it.
All
Should have
right.
been on the top.
I was very I was a bit confused by who the tops and the bottoms and the middles were, because I called some out and I think I only had 2 of them wrong.
Okay.
But I saw Metamorkid at the top.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been.
Scores. Eve, since you started, you can start.
Okay. I will give Metamorkid a 98. I like it.
Full.
I would have to say full. It's so good.
Full.
Period. Moving along. This is Loreley Rivers and her theater interpretation.
This is what I meant by when I said that your drag can show your personality, but even at the end of the day, your personality can still be kind of like wah wah. Because I can tell from this, and I can tell from her interest that she's a theater girl and everything. But for me, I get the symbolism that this is like the red curtain of a theater, but it literally just looks like a red velvet jumpsuit with 2 masks on sticks. I kind of wish that one of the masks was maybe like almost like what's his name from Harry Potter, Professor Professor Quirrell, and she just had one of the faces like under her wig, like on the back of her head or something. So like it added this extra element of her just being like, I'm a theater person, comedy, tragedy, walking down the runway. You know what I mean? Like it adds some more drama to it. It just looked very, very plain. I honestly feel like if you would have taken what looks like the curtain rope that she has as like the belt, if it was just a regular belt, then the outfit would just look even less. It would have even less of an impact. Like I feel like that's one of the only things that's making it not look like a regular red velvet jumpsuit is the fact that little thing goes, no, here's a little curtain tassel because it's supposed to be a curtain, not a jumpsuit, but it's still kind of plain. It's like little red writing, blah.
Okay.
That is. Oh, sorry. Whose turn was it?
It's yours.
It's yours.
There's something about this that's like, I don't know how to explain it. I did have to Google, but I think I'm like completely fucking off. But okay, I'm gonna say it anyway. So there is a really beautiful theatre where I went to go see this like amazing show when I was in Berlin like last year for my birthday, and I think it's Friedrichstrasse Palast. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, and inside the way it's decorated just really fucking reminds me of this because it is a beautiful theatre. So like, I'm kind of in between being like, I don't like the shape of the bodysuit, but also I'm like, it reminds me of that trip in like a really beautiful way. I don't know. I was not expecting Loreley to be the theatre queen. Like to me, the way she did her promo, I was like, oh, she's the punk girl, she's the alt rock girl, she's the Demi Lovato girl, and like I'm seeing this like side of her that's very much like the actress, the thespian, and I really like it. You know what? I don't hate this. It was one of the weaker looks for me, but I think overall this runway was really good.
No, I don't hate it. I think it was very literal to what she was trying to do. Her signature is theater, and she gave us a curtain, and she gave us the mask, and she gave us theater. And if that's what her signature is, I don't know if that. How do you translate? I'm the theater kid or the theater person into that. That's your entire drag. Like that's your signature. Every time we see you, you're going to give us theatrics. Is that what that means? And if so, I would have liked to see more theatrics in this look. Like, give me theater, but give me theatrics, not the actual building of the theater. I want to see the theatrical side of theater. And you just gave me the stage. Like, this is the stage, this is the curtain, this is the actual building. I was hoping that we'll get the more theatrical side of theater instead of the actual building of theater. If that makes sense.
I feel like she could have walked around with like two little bitty lights and been like, look, I'm the stage lights. And we'd be like, okay, you're not literally the stage, baby. Like, what do you do on it?
Right. Logan? Oh.
It's good. I like the color. It's a little simple, but I got the point of view. The point of view was the big thing for me. I'm like, I know what kind of girl you are. I get it now. Because I didn't really get that from her promo, and I didn't really get that from when we did the Instagram review, but I get her now, and I like it. So, yeah.
I did Google just because I wanted to make sure I got the name of the theatre right. I was kind of off. So it's Friedrichstadt Palast, not Strasse. I think that's the street that it's actually on. So I said the street the theatre's on. I didn't actually say the theatre. But you know what? I'm doing my best, and I'm really fucking tired.
Scores. Eve.
Scores. 80.
Sorry, I like yawned right as I was gonna give my number. I'm gonna give this a hearty 70.
I'm gonna give this a sensible 74.
Sensible 74.
80.
Cool. Miss Pandora. You know what?
I'm just going to leave the banner up the whole
Just
time
do
because
it,
I know we're all going to say the same thing.
Because, baby, I will say, what? You have something different, Eris?
No, I will actually be right back. I have something I need to all show you.
Oh, well.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Eve.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me like stripper Bosco in like Dracula. Like she gave me color, she gave me body, she gave me hardware with like the chains and the you know and stuff like that. And then I love I will not stop saying this for the rest of this. Oh my god. What does Eris have on back there? Eris, when did Cardi B give you her wig from the WAP video?
He didn't hear you yet.
I just wanted to take a second to prove I have the exact same wig. Just obviously Pandora's is styled and mine looks like it's been chewed by a dog because the last time I wore this I was flipping the shit out of my hair.
I was just wondering, when did Cardi B give you her wig from the WAP video?
My not the WAP wig.
That's very much what it looks like. It looks like the video. It looks like when one of them was in pink and one of them was in green, and she had that pink, that purple hair with the green streak in it. But no, I live for this. I thought it was everything. I will never quit saying for the entirety that I do any of these reviews for Germany that her makeup for me is a MFing1. Like, as of right now, I'm the most obsessed with her mug more so than anybody else is on this cast. And it's so striking and it's so clean and it works so well for her and her face shape and everything. It does not look weird. It looks like her with a drag dial being turned all the way up, and that's what I live for. And I just the concept is cunt too. I'll say that she did do what needed to be done, but I do think that I would have picked someone to win over her, though. That's me.
Ooh. I will get my 2 cents in now. Obviously, I wanted to take a second to show off the fact that I have this wig, because I'm willing to bet you this is a Webster wig in the color theme Joker, because it is the exact same tone. Why are there so many big fucking moths in this room? Oh, I've got my window open. Yeah, I'm willing to bet this wig is in the color Joker from Webster Wigs. I'm not going to talk about Webster Wigs' downfall in quality recently. I'm just going to suggest it. But this fucking outfit, she gives me like anime supervillain. Like she's this cunty demon bitch who just points at people and they explode, and I love that. I love the color theme, so anyone who knows me and knows my drag knows like green and purple is one of my main color themes that I love to wear because I love like a duo color scheme. Fucking obsessed with this. Honestly, my only thing is I would have pushed it further. Bigger wings, more spikes, more chains. But like I think that for me would be taking it to 110% because this is still like pretty fucking full on.
The banner says it all. I don't need to say anything else. Thank you.
The same.
I don't even need to.
I will give her a 99.
Ooh.
Did someone leave shit? I was going to make a really clever joke and say, did someone leave some red balloons in here? Because I'm going to give her a 99 sig, which is 99.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, you know what? I'm going to bump up to 100.
Okay. My cup is overflowing because she's Team Lana, and I would be remiss to do anything other than give her the overflowing fullness that she deserves. Period. We go to. This is the Only Naomi, right?
No, this is
Yvonne.
Yvonne and Naomi just like giving me the same energy, and I hate it. Okay, but
not all tall, skinny people are the same.
I won't agree with that.
They giving me the same energy, though.
I won't agree. I won't agree with that only because of the fact that when it comes to Naomi describing her drag and the drag that she brought with her, Naomi wouldn't wear something like this.
Yeah, that's what I.
Given off of what we saw Naomi wore, she wouldn't have worn something like this.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
I was like, because that's the only thing that when it went for me, because I'll be blunt, before we even get to Naomi, thought she was going to be in the bottom.
Ooh.
Same.
Totally thought she was going to be in the bottom.
Same.
It gagged me when she was safe. But this, I liked this. Not just because it's a bunny reference.
Here.
But I love I love a concept girl. I love concepts when they get pushed into a fashion aspect. And I love the fact that this is giving White Rabbit Alice in Wonderland, but it has almost this patchwork quality about it. It has almost this runway couture kind of quality about it where it's like, I'm not going to look like a literal rabbit, but I'm going to give you exaggerated rabbit aesthetics. I'm going to give you some white fur somewhere. I'm going to give you a jumbo ear. But then everything else still goes together in a fashion type way. Like I feel like the smartness of putting certain colors with certain prints is something that only really stylish people can know how to pull off. And the fact that she did those horizontal stripes on the ears, and then also did those black and white horizontal stripes over the top of like all the blue and everything, it just pulled everything together. And like, to me, with Alice in Wonderland's story being kind of like, it's supposed to be trippy, you know what I mean? And it's supposed to be like, I mean, one of the caterpillars is high and she falls through this hole. It's supposed to be almost psychedelic, you know what I mean? Like the original Alice in Wonderland cartoon had this like psychedelic feel to it. Something about the black and white in it is giving me like the hypnosis vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So that also too is just playing in with it. It looks very, very smart and well done for me. And I was very happy with this look. I knew she probably was going to be like one of the top people, but I think that this was stronger for me than her entrance look was. This got me back on board on Yvonne of being like, okay, girl, now I want to see what you're gonna do in this runway, because I feel like you're gonna give some really smart fashion looks.
Okay. Eris?
I loved everything. I loved like the mismatchiness of it all. I loved that it was like asymmetric. I loved the clashing of the patterns. I loved the striped. I loved the ears as well. I loved the like Alice in Wonderland of it all. Yeah, I think she looked great.
Yeah, I like this look. She turned the corner. I was like, okay. I'm feeling it. I love the flowiness of the skirt. I love the stripes that matches the stripes in the ears. Her makeup is beautiful. I thought it was a good look overall.
I really enjoy it. I'm getting a very, very clear sense of her aesthetic from what we saw in the entrance, what we saw in the mini challenge, and what we saw here. The only thing, I didn't love the way that the skirt flowed, like the train. I just had an issue. I think it was a fabric issue, if I'm honest. It wasn't necessarily like an Yvonne issue. But overall, I think she looked really cute, and I see her. I'm very glad I drafted her because I'm very excited to see what she's going to give on the rest of the season. So,
Sure.
Can I also say I like when we get a chance to see queens doing looks that are concepts based off of something that we know, whether it be an animal or a fruit or something like that, and it doesn't look so horribly literal where it's like she could have just came out in some spirit, rabbit ears that had white fur on the outside of them or whatever, and in a white outfit with fur on it, and been like, look, I'm a bunny. But she's like, no, I'm gonna take this bunny and really push it into like a different aesthetic. And I think that was just really what set her out apart from everybody else when it came to look for me. So my score for her, I'll give her overflowing for me.
Okay. Eris?
It's gonna be a 95.
She did what Mezzulina Sparkle from Brazil did not do. She gave us an animal look, but was a good, different way to look at an animal. It wasn't just literal.
It wasn't like I'm coming out in a rabbit suit.
Right, a rabbit suit because I'm a rabbit. And I love it. So for that, I will give her a full cup because this is good.
I'm going to give her an 85.
Okay. We have Miss
Tessa
Testicle. I didn't hate this look. And I was like, I don't know what they're talking about because first of all, it wasn't black. It was brown and it was purple. And the judge was like, that black look is just black. And I was like, it's actually brown, but it was purple and brown. And I didn't hate the look. I know I jumped in front of everybody, but I was very upset about the critiques that she got for this look because I was like, I don't necessarily hate it. Is it the best look on the runway? Absolutely not. But was it horribly and just boring, like drab, like the way they were talking about it? I don't think so. It gave lots of movement and angles and different, things that we don't usually see on the runway. I thought it was an artistic, good look. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't the best, like on the runway that night, but the critique she got for it, I was like, I don't think I agree with that.
Yeah. I was a bit nervous when it came to the critiques as well too, especially because of the fact that usually they're basing these off of not just the runway, but they're basing the critiques off of what they've done off of some type of challenge, which usually they've all been on the same playing field, and it's whoever can do the best can do the best. But this was based solely off of, we're just judging you off of what you brought from home. So it feels kind of weird to try to judge everybody on the same level because everybody's drag isn't at the same level. You know what I mean? So for me, it felt kind of weird them even critiquing it like that. Like, this is how we're going to decide to send you home or not. It was like just off of what you decided to wear. Like, that's You could have just picked the wrong outfit. You know what I mean? Like, they have 50 other outfits that have their signature drag. She could have just wore the wrong one, and she could possibly go home for that. That just seemed kind of off to me. But also, I agree with you, Lana. I don't feel like that she did bad. I feel like that if you would have put her in a group of other people, she would have been safe. They would have been like, we love your clean lines. We love the confidence that you had when you walked down the runway. And they loved almost all that stuff about her. It was just, they had an issue with the color scheme of the look. And for me, I'm like, okay, so if the entire same dress was in red, y'all would have been fine with it.
Right.
Then I feel like that there's not that big of a damn deal that you need to put this girl in the bottom just because you don't care for the color. I'm like, you also look at it this way. She picked a color where she wasn't going to be matching anybody else on the runway. I think she came out in like one of the only almost like all dark looks. I would have appreciated that because I would be like, okay, now you don't look like the other 12, 11 girls that are up here. You stand out. So it's like, that to me seems kind of weird that it was going to come off of a personal taste choice as to if they thought that person did well or not. Because I don't think Tessa did bad. I honestly don't think any of the people on the runway did horrible.
Right.
So.
Yes.
I am so mad that they didn't like this. Because, like, it's a lovely dress and it's built in such a beautiful way and it has such great movement. Yeah, I wasn't on the same page as the judges. The only thing I hated was, like, the sea anemone hair. Other than that, I, like, loved pretty much everything about it. Was it the most amazing? No, I would have placed it safe, though, and Eve is probably going to agree with me on this. There is someone down the line that we will get to who had a lovely mini dress that probably should have been in the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Logan.
Baby,
we can't hear you.
Hi, my mic was off. All right. Tessa, darling, because I know you're going to be watching this. We talked, and I agree with you. That's all I'm going to say about that. They played in her face. They played in her face. Now, I have a conspiracy theory. I think they were not going to send anybody home this episode regardless, and said, let's make some entertaining television and let's put two girls that we know are going to give a good lip sync to this lip sync song in the bottom two.
Yeah.
And who did they put in the bottom? Miss
The
Tessa.
dancers.
The
Of course they
dancers.
Of
Now
course they
that
did.
is my theory because I love this. As someone who loves art and loves performance art, this is performance art. It's fashion. It's all of it. The shoulders, all of it is so good for me. I also would have had this safe because the quality of this runway was very, very strong. And this is not to say that this isn't quality because it is. And I love this. I love this. They played in her face.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Scores.
All right, Miss Tessa Testicle. I will give you a 87, my dear, because I liked it. I did not have a problem with your outfit. I didn't think it was horrible. I do think that there could be a couple of other styling things that you could have done just to add pops to it. But other than that, no, I'm good with it. I'm Gucci.
Eris.
I'm going to give this the universal number 69.
Nice. I am going to give this an 88.
I'm going to give her a 90.
Period. Miss Victoria Shakespears in her Welcome to Brazil showgirl nearly naked outfit with her cape on.
Drag Race production. I'm even preface it by saying this. There was a meme or a video that I think that someone made, and it was basically all the contradictory things that were said by Tyra Banks on America's Next Top Model about girls that if you did this, you absolutely would not win this competition. And then the next winner ends up being someone that only does that all the time. U.S. Drag Race. If y'all are going to Drag Race in general, if y'all are going to float, I'm not going to say float like they're not talented, but at the same time, if you're going to overlook the fact that we have had entertainers like Georges, like Bosco, like who else has been just like bra and panty girls? Like Yara Sophia was a bra and panty girl for a minute. Like we've had a couple of bra and panty girls. And at the end of the day, we have not damned them bra and panty girls. Like, oh my God, all you out here is wearing is a bra and panty. Because sometimes they were. They were just wearing a bra and a panty and a bracelet. This at least got a headpiece. I like the cloak that goes with this. It doesn't look like it's cheap or anything like that. It looks like it's rich. Hell, she could have wore it and then revealed it to the red, the yellow, and the green underneath or whatever. But I felt like that they drug her a little bit harder than they usually would drag a girl if she wore something like this on Drag Race. Like when she came out with this on, I was like, okay, she's at least safe. I was like, they live for looks like this. She's showing body. The pieces that she has don't look cheap. So I was like, yeah, I don't see why this would be bad. And then to be like, we wanted you to wear more things. I'm like, oh, now y'all want that? Okay.
I have a problem, but go ahead, Eris. I will state my time.
She looks really nice. Seaside, sehr nett aus. She looks nice. Yeah.
Here's my problem, and I'm on the lines with you, Eve. I don't like the way that they talked about her outfit and they dogged her for her runway. And I'm like, but you asked for her signature drag. That is her signature drag. How do you say you should wear more when her signature drag is not wearing naked. More? She's naked all the time. That's her signature drag. And that's what you asked for. So don't tell me I need more of you when you ask me to give you me. This is me. That's who she is. And that's who she's been. Like if you go to her Instagram, that's her drag. That's her signature drag. And then to say, well, you need to put on more. Why would you ask for her signature if you don't really want her signature? That was my problem with this. I didn't like how they judged it. I thought she looked amazing. And this is her signature. So when she came out, I was like, yep, that is Victoria. And I'm here for it. Don't ask for a signature and then say that's not what we want from you.
Yeah, because for me, it was like she came out like my signature is Brazilian Britney Spears. And that's what I read to the T. I'm like, this was more of a signature than some other people's signatures.
Right.
There was just them in outfits.
But Logan.
I definitely agree with everything y'all are saying. If her signature is naked Brazilian showgirl, great. I love that. I still would have had her in the bottom two, and here's why. The garment is lovely. She looks incredible. I love the cloak. I think the garment on her body looks fantastic. She did not sell the garment for me. Her walk was a little timid. Her presentation of the garment was a little timid. And for me, because I went back and I rewatched the runway. Once I found out who the bottom two was, I went back and rewatched and I was like, okay, how? Because I would have agreed with, I agreed with Victoria and I didn't agree with Tessa. I'll just say that now. And I went back and I was like, okay, what's really the justification here? Because I do agree. I think everyone did great on this runway. And for me, when you go to runway presentation, Victoria, for me, had the second weakest runway presentation behind someone else, which is not the same person that I know Eve and Eris are going to talk about later.
Okay.
So for me, that is ultimately what it came down to, because I think there were about 4 or 5 girls that had very similar, not safe, but simple but effective garments. I'm looking at runway presentation. Victoria's did not stack up for me, but the garment is gorgeous. So that's where I'm at personally. So
Scores.
For me, Victoria, I'm giving you a 89 because I live for the look. I thought it was sickening, and based on the whole, when all the girls were laying out there, and I knew they were going to have a top 3 and the bottom 3, and 5 girls were going to be safe, I saw you as at least safe. I don't see how you or the other person that were in the bottom, because for me personally, I would have picked a completely different bottom 2. So for me, you would have been safe, so I'll give you an 89.
I'm going to give her 70.
I will give her an 80.
I'm going to give her a 73.
Oh, we both did it. Sorry. We both did it. You go.
I asked Lana to lead it. I'm going to let Lana lead it. I asked for that very politely, and she has been, and I've been stepping on her toes.
Okay. Nikita Vegaz.
La Femme Nikita. Yes, darling. I'm sorry. But you, for me, should have been the bottom. Should have been all the way down there, child. You should have been the mayor of Bottomville. You should have been, like, at the convenience store handing out prep and condoms because you would be bottoming so hard this episode. I do not care for this. I do like as well, too, when the judge asked you, why are you dressed like Cruella de Vil? And you were like, because I like being the devil sometimes. And they were just like, okay. They were like, I don't feel like you actually feel that way. I feel like that you just answered my question. I don't feel like that was your mindset when you came out here like, ooh, I'm Cruella de Vil. You came outside and you happened to be wearing a spotted bodysuit. But yeah, no. Besides the hair, I can get everything on Amazon for less than $30. No, baby. Nope. Nope. And I love the hair, but the hair doesn't even go with the look. To be completely honest with you, the hair really does not go with the look at all. So yeah, no, I was not crazy about this.
She looks like a sexy Oreo McFlurry.
Not an Oreo McFlurry.
Am I wrong?
That's actually funny. It's wearing me out. A sexy Oreo McFlurry.
I mean, it's a polka dot or Dalmatian bodysuit with a robe. Wig is great, but what else? That's that. That's that.
It's her after a long night of hooking outfit.
This is the mayor of Bottomsville as well for me. And the reason why is because she did not sell a single damn thing that she was wearing on that runway.
And this tells me nothing
I
about
don't even want to rent it. I'm going to walk right by it. I'm not even going to think about it. No.
I wouldn't red box this. I wouldn't rent this for 99 cents for 3 days as long as I return the DVD back to the correct kiosk. I wouldn't even red box this.
It is a little bit of it. I think my issue was I liked the coat and then she took it off and I was like, oh, you should have kept that on.
And it was nothing underneath the cell. I was like, you should have kept that on.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I wasn't that impressed by it. It's whatever. Scores. Oh, Logan, did you? Oh, you said yours, didn't you, Logan?
I sure did.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Scores.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nikita, baby, I gotta give this a 15. This was bad. This wasn't good at all.
15.
At all. This was not good at all.
As they say in Ireland, 33.
Yeah, I don't see it getting above 30 for me. Because that's how much
This
I
wig-
like the wig.
I was gonna say this wig is about 12 pounds. She's gonna get 12.
Oh,
And she's on my team.
yeah. Yeah.
Lele Cocoon.
Lele
Cocoon. Lele Cocoon. Okay. Obvious millennial reference. Does anyone get this? Have we all seen Little Nicky?
Girl, I'm Gen Z.
You've never seen Little Nicky with Adam Sandler?
I have.
Okay, Lana. So anywhere Little Nicky is about the son of the devil.
Yes.
His name is Nicky, and he comes up to live on Earth with like real people, but he's like the off son. Like he's got a son that he's proud of, and then he's got the son that's kind of derpy. He's the derpy son. And so anyway, there's a part where he comes back to it keeps doing cutscenes throughout the movie where half of it is him in the real world, and the other half is like what's going on in hell with his family and stuff. So there's a demon in hell that has titties on his head. And it literally is just like this, where he has titties right here on his chest and titties on his head to a point like halfway through the movie he had a bra on his head. It was like a pink bra on his head just to hide his titties. I literally thought that the minute I saw her face, I was like, bitch, she is literally giving me the titty head girl from Little Nicky. I was living for it. But me's like a bat, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. I like this look. I did. I thought it was, and I did get the Little Nicky the reference because I did see Little Nicky. I thought it was so cute. I was like, I love what she did with like the jean pattern and then the brown. It was so cute. It was good. I love this. I was a fan of it. I think it was good.
I did not get the reference, but I still enjoyed it. For me,
You.
for moi,
Mm-hmm.
I would have put Metamorkid in the top over Lele.
Okay.
For me,
Okay.
but I still love this. I love this garment. This not hair hat wig.
Mm-hmm.
This not hair hat wig, because it's not a wig.
It's a hat.
I love it. It's a hat.
I love the swoop. I love the little swoop of like, I still have hair.
The multiple drawn on swoops. Oh, it's just so good.
Her makeup's very clean.
Yeah.
Girl, go from her makeup earlier to her makeup now.
It fits her perfect. It's like that was painted on her and made for her. It was so good. Loved it.
Lele, I'm gonna give you a 99.
I'm gonna give Lele a 97.
I'm giving Lele a 95. And Eris is giving Lele a 90.
Period. Miss Kelly Heelton, mother.
It's
mother.
Kelly, baby.
But I ain't gonna say nothing. You go, because
I'm just going.
The minute she walked out and she said, I'm doing a look inspired by, I said, Beyonce. Balmain.
Yep.
Renaissance.
Yep.
2023.
Yep.
Already knew. She didn't have to say it. She just said inspired by, and I 3,000,000% was like, no, I know this reference.
Do it. Exactly.
We've seen it within the past 4 months.
Yep. So, a few times in different forms. Forms.
So it's very much when Rob was like, boxes checked. You know what you're doing. Your looks are going to be clean. You're going to give us an aesthetic, and you're going to give us a concept that we can instantly recognize from you walking out. And you know what you're doing. And I loved the drama of how she walked in and how she left out with the hat and how I feel like stuff like that, if she didn't do those little things and she just walked out normal, like, and then just walk down the runway. Those added little extra things of drama just continue to elevate the whole presentation. And so, like, Kelly was one of my tops.
Yeah. When you say Kelly know what she doing, Kelly know what she doing. Like, she been doing this for a minute, and she has been working on her craft and perfecting her craft to now this is the moment where she's like, let me show all y'all how to do it. And like you said, that step out when she was turned to the side and bent over, showing the hat off, and then turned and start walking, and then did it again on her way out. She was hitting the marks. And like you said, I'm just gonna say this because y'all know, for my German fans who have not watched any of our pod before, first, welcome. Second, I always root for everybody black. That is how it goes for me. It will never change. It will always work that way. But I love when I see black queens doing black references that I can automatically understand and get, and I don't have to think about it. I've been seeing it on a couple on these franchises that we've been watching, and I'm like, oh, it feels very much like, yes, I feel seen here. I feel understood here. So that's number one. But this look, from the hat to the dress to everything, was perfect. She was one of my tops for me too, as well.
So remember when I said I would have put Lele in the top?
Mm-hmm.
I also would have swapped out the other person that we have yet to talk about that was in the top for Miss Kelly Heelton because
This was
baby.
This was delectable looking. Like, you just want to lay on her and just feel the softness of that dress. Ugh.
I have one thing to say, and this has nothing to do with the garment, the presentation of the garment, anything like that, because I love it and it's beautiful. I am ever so slightly concerned that your signature drag choice is a reference to something else. And I would have said that if anyone had made a reference to anything, any other look specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand it's because Kelly is very clearly very unapologetically black with her drag, and I love it. As soon as she said inspired by, I was like, okay, I still think it's great. That red flags in my brain. But I still love this. I think it's incredible.
I mean, other people gave references without saying it's a reference. Kelly just actually said what this reference was. So that's kind of like, I feel like everybody has that issue.
What I mean by that specifically is this was inspired by another garment, whereas other people had inspirations, but this was inspired specifically by another garment that exists. And to my knowledge, nobody else had done that on this runway. And so that's just my ever so slight concern, but I still think Kelly looks perfect in every possible way.
I wonder now if she's like, I am that fashion girl who loves fashion, so my drag is inspired by fashion.
What is happening
in fashion? So
I could see that for sure. I absolutely.
See, Balmain, this Balmain gown, and then next week is this Prada or whatever, or this.
If it's
whatever.
All inspiration, if her whole package is inspiration, I'm here for that.
Wouldn't be a bad.
I would be very down for a package of hers that's inspired by like fashion and black art, and I feel like that's
absolutely.
Look, I feel like that. Even without it like directly saying, my reference is straight off Beyonce and whatever. I think it is also kind of the air of what Beyonce was wanting to give with Renaissance and stuff. It's kind of like where she's pulling her influence from. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Love it. Scores.
My cup is full.
Duh.
Like, duh. And Eris did not. Eris gave it an 85. Unfortunately.
Well, there we go. The only Naomi in her mini dress.
Naomi. This should have been the bottom girl. I really thought you were going to go home. I thought you were going to go all the way home. Just because, for me personally, not to judge you, but to take what you've told me and to hold that mirror up against you in itself. When you say you're the fashion girl and you're the model girl and you're the runway girl and this, that, and the other, and then we have a photo shoot and you're doing the Tina Belcher twerk. And then we have a runway and you're wearing this, what looks very much like a Top Shop and or a Fashion Nova version of a Balmain mini dress. And then you're really not even selling it on this runway. It's like someone asked you to walk down the runway and you just happen to be wearing this outfit. Like, I didn't see a lot of command and strength behind you walking on this runway. It was just kind of like, it was very much you had all of the model pieces and you were letting them do the work for you. I've got the long legs. I'm tall. I've got the long hair. I've got the beat mug. Everything fits me right. Now I'm just going to walk. But it's like, it's back in the day, like how Tyra used to say, you were modeling the noun, not modeling the verb. That's how I felt with your runway. If you looked 100% like what you were wanting to give off, but presentation wise, it was very kind of middle of the road lower for me. So I was very surprised when they ended up saying that she was safe, because she was somebody that I was like, oh, she's gonna be in the bottom. I don't get any real originality from her at all from this outfit. It's not really telling me who she is. And if who she is the model girl or something, you need to be stomping down this damn runway like it's roaches underneath your feet. Like, you need to be stomping this runway, and you were pussyfooting the runway, and it wasn't. Nah, I'm sorry, baby.
It was a cute dress. Beautiful gowns, I guess.
Cute dress, cuter walk.
Yep, that's what I said.
I agree. I think the garment was simple. She even said that herself. And I do agree with everything you were saying, Eve, about her performance of it. For me, I did like the performance on the runway a little bit better than Nikita or Victoria, which is why for me, I would have just had her low. I think I liked her performance, and I got more of what her performance style and signature drag is, more than Victoria or Nikita overall.
Okay.
That's just me.
All right.
And I definitely understand the flip side alternative of that. For me, I would have put Naomi just as low. But that's just me.
Scores.
Only Naomi. I'm only giving you a 20.
Ooh. I'm not going to go that low. But I am going to give you, because I still think it's a pretty dress. And so I'll give it a 65.
Well, I'm going to give it a 69.
Bet you would.
Sure would. And Eris gave this a 55.
Okay.
Eris has this.
And here we are.
Barbie Q.
Barbie Q.
Maybe a bit controversial to say this, but this is my winner. Barbie was my winner. I love Pandora to death.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pandora's outfit was sickening. The deciding factor between me of the two is I felt like this told me more about who Barbie was than Pandora's outfit telling me who Pandora was.
Mm-hmm.
Pandora's outfit gave me Pandora's style and aesthetic. This taught me something about her. You know what I mean? And I will never get over it, because I'm so glad the judges brought it up. The presence that she had walking down that stage when she just hit that pose and the light hit her face and she just absorbed it all. I was like, she's living in that moment right there, and we're watching it. Like it was some of that RuPaul, your pussy was magic kind of shit right there. It was very much like, oh, you know you're a star. You know you've been waiting to shine like this for a minute, and you've been waiting for people to really see what you can do, and you're about to let us have it. And I became the biggest Barbie Q fan after this episode. I swear on everything. I think she is so badass, and I'm like, I want to see so much more from you.
I love this look so much. When she walked down that runway with that slow walk and was just tipping around and letting us see this look and see the outfit, and then when she stopped and, like you said, took it in, and that light hit and it just radiated. I would agree with you. And Pandora's my girl, and I loved Pandora in this, but I would have gave the win to Barbie Q on this one because I thought Barbie Q ate this look, ate this runway, ate the performance down. I was thoroughly impressed by this one. I was like, ooh, ooh. It literally took my breath away. And I think this is the only thing, outfit on the runway that made me feel like this. Others was like, oh, that's so good. Oh, she slayed. Oh, she ate. This one took my breath away. And I was like, oh, I felt this in my whole soul. It was so beautiful. And I agree, it taught us stuff. It made us think about stuff. It made you want to go find out the reference to what this was. It made me want to do the research. I loved every bit of this look from head to toe. There is nothing wrong with this look. This is absolutely my favorite look of the night.
So remember when I said I would have swapped Kelly out and for Barbie in the top?
Mm-hmm.
It's because I would have had a top 4, and it also would have included Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. I mean, she did what needed to be done. Like, and I so agree with you both. Like, I learned something. You can tell she was just absorbing every single moment of the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. For me, I would have had a different winner.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't Pandora.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, Barbie did incredible, period.
She ate.
Scores.
My cup is overflowing from Miss Barbie Q. I live for what you're bringing to this competition, and I think that the one thing that I live for the most about you is that you have been a person, or a queer person, queer POC person, that has been pushed and put in situations where you have not felt valuable, you have not felt loved, you have not felt respected or appreciated by other people in your culture, and that has been something that you have not internalized. You've put that on as an armor, and you basically want to become this shining knight to show other queer Brazilian kids that they are okay. Their lives are okay. Who they choose to love is okay. How they choose to present themselves is okay. And it's like you are like a Joan of Arc figure for me. It's like your drag isn't just you coming here to represent yourself. You have a whole legacy of people behind you that you know that you want to put a light on. So that way they don't feel as alone as you felt. And like you for me are like the bee's fucking knees. I live for you. I live for your drag. I live for what you stand for. Barbie Q stand right here. Totally.
Yeah, my cup is so overflowing. I think this is the most overflowing this cup has been on this runway. Ugh, so good.
Duh.
So good.
Duh.
Ugh, I love it.
Duh.
I love
Wow.
it.
Barbie was the perfect ending for that runway.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, yeah.
y'all saved the best for
Let's
last.
save the best for last.
Yeah.
They did.
And speaking of, we did get a top 3 of Barbie, Lele, and Pandora. And our winner is Pandora Nox. Now, both of y'all said that your winner would have been Barbie.
Yes.
Right.
My winner would have been Kelly.
Really?
Really?
Really.
My top 3 would have been Kelly, Barbie, and Pandora.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have snuck Metamorkid in there too. Just had
Metamorkid would have been high for me. Like high safe, probably.
Yeah, very
Fair.
high safe. Very
Fair.
high safe.
Fair.
Very
Yeah,
high
I would have had Kelly as my winner. I
Okay.
really think what she did, her performance of all of it, was the strongest performance of all of it for me.
I know what I was wanting to say about Kelly. There's something that comes from doing drag for a certain amount of time. Some people have it, some people don't. Some people call it stage presence, some people don't. But I think what it is for me, within my first 2 or 3 years of me doing drag, it became one of these things where my mindset kind of switched. And instead of it being me on stage performing and doing what I think I need to do, it's almost mentally like I try to take myself out of my body and put myself in the audience and be like, how does this visually look from the stage? Like, how does it look when I make this head movement? How does it look when I jerk my body this way? How does it, you know what I mean, that way? And I feel like that's something that comes with time and investing in your craft. And I feel like Kelly has that. Kelly knows how to come out and hit certain poses and positions, and she knows how it'll look in the light. She knows how it'll look when people are seeing her on the stage and it reveals. Like when girls will do really slow reveals where they'll have a hat like this and they'll slowly look up. It's like you're doing that because you want to slowly show your face to the audience. It's like you're fully thinking of how are they receiving all of this. And so like that's one thing I think set her apart presentation wise over some of the other girls. Because some of the other girls came out like, boom, I'm on the runway. Yeah, da da da. She said, no, I'm going to give you a moment. Like, it made me think of Sasha Colby when she walked out for the finale of Drag Race and she came out with that umbrella bitch and she just tapped that joker on the ground like 3 times real hard. I was like, yeah, you did that because you knew watching us in the audience, watching you were going to be like, oh, that is so cunt. Like, it's just certain things that you pick up on that, like, have a little effect or a little wink, nudge to your drag, and it just adds to your personality. That's why I'm so happy for Kelly. I'm like, girl, I want to see you walk down this runway and always be giving us this, like, or like, ooh, or like just this animated, like, personality-filled runway. I love those. I love those.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our bottom 3, Victoria, Nikita, and Tessa, with then our bottom 2 of Tessa and Victoria for some reason.
Don't agree.
Not at all.
That was rude. That was very rude.
Very rude.
Very rude. And they both bodied the lip sync. And I was sitting over there very much like, y'all finna send Victoria home. Y'all are on bullshit. I was like, this is one of the first times I've ever sat up here and actively been like, no, that first person did not deserve to go home. No. Absolutely not.
And I thought it was gonna be Victoria because of 2 things. One, I was like, they showing too much of, they're not showing enough of it all. 2, David telling us about the spoiler that he thought he saw on Victoria's story, and I was like, they bet not, because if that was the case, yes, robbed was the word, because this was unfair and this was not cute. This is some bull. And I would have been very upset because lip sync was so good. The lip sync was so good.
Lip syncing to Lieben Wir by Shireen David.
They were lip syncing to German Fancy by German Iggy.
Stop.
Pregnancy Fancy. Not
Pregnancy Fancy.
No.
Oh no.
I will say I was very jaw dropped when they said to Nikita that she was safe. I said,
me too. I was like, what?
I was the whole time like, when they said testing the bomb, I said, oh, Nikita's going home. Sorry, baby girl, but Nikita's going home. And they said she was safe. I said, wait a minute. Why? I didn't know why.
I watched this lip sync, finished the episode, and immediately sent a voice message to Tessa. I was just like, bitch, y'all did that. Because they did. Both of them did so spectacular. Tessa is an incredible performer. Victoria is an incredible performer. Conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory.
It's not even a conspiracy. We believe you.
I know.
I believe
I know.
it too.
Conspiracy is like very, very, very believable. I'm like, no,
Yes.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, y'all wanted two people who was go tear the house down and then
Yep.
don't send nobody home in the first place.
Yep.
And if you was go do that, then whatever.
No one goes home.
Also, as well, though, I was very okay with them doing it, like, and not sending anyone home this episode, only because the main fact that they didn't have a main challenge.
Right.
I was like, I just don't feel like that's never happened before in Drag Race before, where they've never had a main challenge, and they're just basing you solely off of what you wore on the runway, and then they send you home. You know what I mean? Like, even when they faked out and did that shit in Simone's season, they still kept everybody.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't feel like that there was a real level way for you to judge who did the best and who didn't do the best. So how are you going to send somebody home off that? That's kind of weird. But when they did this, I was like, well, this makes sense now. So cool.
What else?
Yeah. Well, that is that on that, and the other thing, and also that, and another thing. Very quickly, I do have a draft update because it's wild up in here. So, in a tie for last is Eris with a team of Tessa and Kelly with 0 points, and Esme with a team of Metamorkid and Victoria also with 0 points. In a tie for third is Team Cup, which only consists of Loreley Rivers, and my team of Yvonne and Nikita. So remember how third place had 1 point. Keep that in mind. Second place with 6 points is David, who has Lele and Barbie, and currently in the lead, to nobody's surprise whatsoever, because all she can do on this channel is win drafts, except for Drag Race Down Under, is Lana with 7 points with a team of Naomi and Pandora Nox. So,
I won everything. I won everything this episode.
Except Down Under.
No, this episode. I won everything this episode.
Yeah, you sure did. Also, I would like to point out, and this was shady. I think it was Drag Race Statistics. So, Cetera, if you did this, you're shady. Congratulations, Pandora, on being the first Pandora to win a maxi challenge on Drag Race in 4 seasons.
Good for you, Pandora. I have no idea what that means.
Like, congratulations, because you'll be the first Pandora to win 2 challenges, bitch, because we already know you're going to win more than 1.
So there is another queen who was on Drag Race Season 2 by the name of Pandora Box.
You want to talk about her?
Who was on 3 seasons of Drag Race. She's the only person to be on 3 seasons of Drag Race and never win a challenge.
Oh, wow.
When she should have.
Except for Jujubee.
Jujubee won on All Stars 5.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She won 1 challenge, but she sure did. So, next week, design challenge. More fashion, I think, from what I understand.
I think so.
I'm really interested. It's interesting.
Yes. Time to do the world's fastest outro. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit all the buttons except for the dislike button. And if you hit the dislike button, hit it twice. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod for all of the most up-to-date Cup news and our funny moments, because we are some funny bitches. While you're down there, make sure to follow all 4 of us. Eris is no longer here, but I'll follow all 4 of us because we're great. If you're in Chicago, go see Eve live doing something ballady and sexy. Get your merch. Link also in that description below. Boom, shakack, boom. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo!
Woo!
Goodbye now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Auf
Goodbye.
Wiedersehen.
So long. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Time.
Bye.